I kill that bird.
Barbara, that's a bald eagle.
Get away, Baldy! Yeah!
Oh, well, good evening, and good evening. This is The Wort with Mike, Pete, and Steve, GubsRadio.com. We are live here tonight at the biggest and the baddest comedy club in all of the land. This is Governor's Comedy Club, and we are in the podcast studio right there back in the club. Tonight, we have some special guests for you, but before we begin, we must get our sponsors out of the way. Tonight, Steven's going to kick it off with our buddy, our friend, Nick over at Rosie's Draft Solutions.
Raji's? Okay. Rosie's Draft Solutions is a Long Island family-owned business that provides professional draft beer system services.
Do they?
Line cleanings and maintenance.
They do.
Draft beer line system installs, event dispensing solutions, and more.
Oh, more. Gotta have more.
They are passionate about craft beer and making sure that it has the same quality as when it left the brewery, and that is only done by making sure those draft system lines are perfectly, and I mean perfectly,
Clean as a whistle.
Rosie services bars, restaurants, halls, events, and all other beverage establishments, including home kegerator installs across Long Island and Westchester. You can reach them at rosiesdraftsolutions@gmail.com or call them at 631-219-2075, Monday through Sunday, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Mention the Wort, get a little discount, maybe get a little tap on your butter.
That's nice. Thanks a lot, Nick, for all those taps. Go to Rosie's Draft Solutions and go ahead and get your service done today. Tonight, we are also sponsored by... I was going to do Brewbag. You're doing Beer Maker,
okay.
see? Yeah, with Pete in Cancun, we can't. It's hard to remember.
Me.
Yeah, so Brewbag. Go to brewbag.com for your beer pong cornhole.
It's so close to Brewbag time.
Beer Maker?
Beer Maker time and Brewbag time.
Both. I need to get those little adapters for the Beer Maker, and then I'll start brewing my 2 batches. Anyway, brewbag.com. Go to brewbag.com for your beer pong cornhole. Get your custom wraps. They make really cool looking and playable, portable, and awesome fun times with Brewbag.
Every other day I see another new brewery with them.
Yeah,
it's so cool.
Well, they're on the Think New York, Drink New York app and part of the Brewers Association here in New York. So, they really getting out there and getting stuff done. So go to brewbag.com, or you can follow our discount page in our link tree of our Instagram, or type in promo code The Wort.
The Wort.
You don't have to tell them anything that we sent you, and they won't give you any pets on the
Undertook.
Peter is not here tonight. So you're going to have to take up Beer Maker.
Beer Maker. Well, Beer Maker is a countertop, all-grain, 1-gallon homebrew system. If you were thinking about getting into homebrew and you don't want to have all the equipment, all the stainless steel kettles and hoses and everything, and you're constantly cleaning them, Beer Maker is the thing for you. It's all one unit on your countertop. No hoses.
Nope.
Actually, the parts that are in it are dishwasher safe.
Bingo.
And at the end of the day, it's all done in a bag. The bags get thrown away. You just keep the Beer Maker, and all the grain kits you get right from Beer Maker. Yep. And they do so many. Right now, I know they have a Mexican lager. They have a Kolsch.
Yep.
Several different stouts.
Yep.
About 5 different IPAs. And they're constantly coming out with new recipes. You can actually do your own recipe. You can make your own recipe up. They will send you the pre-crushed grain. Again, this is all done right on your countertop.
It's
Beer
really
Maker.
just a stupid amount of convenience, right?
That's
what it comes down to.
You live in an apartment. You don't have a place to brew, and you love to brew.
Yep.
Or, again, you don't have space for all the equipment. I mean, I know a lot of home brewers love the equipment. They love playing around with it. But, again, this is definitely for somebody that's living in an apartment that wants to brew some beer, have their friends try it. It's only a gallon, so you drink that real quick, you're on to the next beer. You could get them Beer Maker. It's BEERMKR.
Yep. Or you can go to our discount page right in our link tree, go to Instagram, The Wort of Podcast, and click over and use that promo code, The Wort, if you don't get to it right from there. Tonight, we're also sponsored by VintageBeerShirtClub.com, VintageBeerShirtClub.com for your monthly subscription to vintage beer shirts delivered right to your door. Type in promo code, The Wort, and receive 10% off your order. Tonight, we're also sponsored by Physics. Physics for your, you want a crowler? You can put it right on tap. go to physics.com, check out all the great merch that they have. And in this one, if you type in the promo code The Wort, receive 20% off your order.
Get out.
Yeah.
20%.
That's big time. That's $20 off a $100 physics system.
You get that case with that.
Yeah, yeah. And listen, the case was only like $40, and I got it for like $35.
Gotta love it.
You know, tax, delivery, all that good stuff. So go to physics.com, and big shout outs to our buddies Mark over at Hopscotch. And of course, Brewers Hardware for all your large capacity and small batch needs. Go to brewershardware.com and the promo code type in The Wort, receive a discount off your order. And our buddies over at Brewers Hardware supply us with gift certificates and merch to give back to our brewing guests who are right here in the house today. First, I want to throw a few things out. What's going on today, Steve? We got a lot going on. There is guests in the house.
Yes.
We are doing a ticket giveaway tonight. I anticipate our phone lines to be very, very busy. Our phone number for the phone line is right at the bottom of the screen if you're watching now. It is 516-465-3990. 516-465-3990. We're going to go on Instagram Live in a little bit. We'll repeat that number. And throughout the night, we have some questions loaded here. And if you call into the show and you answer a question correctly, we will put your name on the wheel. And tonight, right after the show, we will spin the wheel and we will pick a winner. These are tickets for AC Beerfest on Sunday, June 5th, featuring over 130 breweries and the bands Newfound Glory and 4 Years Strong.
Yeah.
Pretty good lineup. We're not paying for your Airbnb and your hotel. You're going to have to do that shit
You
on
can
your
sleep
own.
in your fucking car.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually a day trip because it starts from 12 o'clock, ends at 4. You can walk it off, have a coffee,
Which
walk
was
the
a
boardwalk.
great idea they did from
Earlier. Yeah.
Earlier.
We were bouncing out of there at like 10 o'clock.
We missed things.
We missed things, and we didn't get to party as much as we want to. This is the lineup, first of all, is fantastic, both Saturday and Sunday. But these tickets are for Sunday, June 5th, 12 to 4, AC Beerfest, 130 breweries. I did it again. And, of course, Newfound Glory and 4 Years Strong. We'll be giving them away throughout the night. Give us a call on our phone number. Phone number's open. The phone line is open already. But before we start getting to those phone calls, let's talk about who we got in studio. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight in studio, Manny from Lithology Brewing Company right there in Farmingdale. What's up, buddy?
What's up?
Oh, boy, sorry, my bad. I popped you on. That was a pop.
I
Yeah.
pop. Listen,
As I introduce you, I'm like, I got to get him on. Quick,
I
quick.
should stand back here.
No,
I'm
no, you're
Portuguese,
good.
I
No, no.
start out at max.
That's right,
so-
and that's why I get the levels. And we got Chris and Randy. Hold on, Randy, let me get you on there. Boom, there he is, hanging out on the couch tonight. Look, the framing is perfect. Got the beer
It
right
really
in there.
is.
Do you
got
have the Pikachu hat?
Yeah, it's
there.
right there.
Okay.
Sergeant.
He goes
Major
Major
Jones?
Sergeant Jones.
Major. I'm sorry, Sergeant Jones. Major. I knew as soon as I said Sergeant, I'm like,
Corporal
I'm going
Johnson.
nowhere. Yes. Major Jones is here. He is the mascot of the old Jones Beach Brewing Company. And listen, Randy, we saw you on season 1. We are on season 5. We met you when you guys were brewing, still in a firehouse, and hanging out, and basically you had more of a brewery through apparel than you did through beer.
All I
We
gotta
have
s-
gear over beer.
Gear over beer.
Gear over beer.
Those guys
Yeah.
Come up
from
with that
day
yourself.
one
Yeah.
had the most merch I've ever seen.
Ever.
For a brewery that was not open yet.
Yeah. Get the marketing out. Maybe
Dude,
it's a
that's-
fantastic marketing plan. We're going to get to that in a minute, but let's start with you guys, Manny and Chris. So we actually have to get into, and obviously we're going to, into the collaboration and relationship that you guys have established to get Jones Beach in the Lithology Brewery.
It was love at first flight.
You have all the
How
puns
long
today,
did
don't
you practice
you?
that?
Beer over
They
beer.
do.
5
This guy
minutes.
has
5
like
minutes.
every day they want to try to make me laugh on bad dad jokes.
Yeah, well,
got it.
I got a couple good ones. We'll save. for
You
later,
ready?
but I want to know the number again because I want people. I'm getting pinged right now. They want
Yes,
to know the number.
516-465-3990. 516-465-3990.
Perfect.
Just tell them to give a few minutes before
Yeah,
you
for
start blowing
sure.
up the phone line so we get into the interview here.
Yeah.
And then
Slow
we'll,
up.
we'll get moving.
Well, they heard about the tickets with Newfound Glory, so
And that
they're
was
like,
it. That set them off,
It's
right?
hit or miss.
Yeah. There it is.
Oh, there he is.
Watch out! Let's.
And that's the end of the show, guys. Thanks for coming, and it was great. And,
Tough crap. Can't call in now. I'm going to shut all the phone lines down.
motherfuckers.
So, Manny, let's start with you because, from early on, you guys were one of... you and I had a conversation very early on. I don't know if you remember it. I was working at the meatball place. This was like year 1 of the show. We were nobodies.
It's all coming back to me.
Sorta, but you and...
Celine Dion's heading.
yeah. It was a late night. You guys walked right over, had some
Yeah.
meatballs.
Okay.
We were talking for a little bit, and I said, "Listen, I'm starting a show up. I'm gonna do this, that, and the other thing." You're like, "Cool, yeah, like reach out." We're like, "Awesome." So we reached out, and I think we even actually had at one point a date set that we were gonna come to the brewery and broadcast from the brewery. I think I talked to Kevin or
Lee?
maybe
John?
maybe John. Someone.
Was Mark around?
It was 4 years ago. Maybe. I don't remember.
Well, way back in the
First of all,
beginning.
it's the first time I'm hearing
Yes!
remembering this.
I know,
So,
well, that's okay.
I'm a little upset.
No, it's fine. Listen.
So what happened?
The dates didn't work out. Like we were all
You're
set.
on now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I see that.
I mean, it
got
took-
a little. I was like, wait, Randy's been on the show before.
Yeah.
Gotta step
In the
up,
party
gotta
line.
step up your merch.
Man, I do got some of my merch. I guess
Step
so.
up the merch. That's what it's all
You got
about.
merch
I wasn't thinking
everywhere.
about it. First, we became a brewery first, and then the merch.
There you
came.
go.
That's it.
I know. I mean, that was the way it went. We had a quick conversation. I'm like, cool, let's get him on. Nice guy. I want to talk to him about beer. Right there in Farmingdale, so I was always over there, stopping by quick before my shift.
Okay.
And then, like I said, just time went on, and as we kept trying to put a date up, and the date didn't work. Then we got busy. Like our show started getting to the point where we were getting calls of people that wanted to be on. I'm not putting this down to you. I'm just saying I've been trying to get
cool.
you on this show for a very long time. I've wanted to talk to you for
Yeah,
so long.
it was always like I always tried to always have one of the other partners on too.
Yeah,
But
right.
that never works out. If we wanted to wait for that, we would probably
Never.
7
Still,
years from
yeah.
now it'd be like, oh yeah, we'll finally
Yeah,
get
we're gonna
together.
get this done.
Like,
yeah.
So
Meanwhile,
we're
I'm like retiring. We're retiring the
when
Frito.
Steve reached
We're
out, I
done.
was like, I'm just gonna say yes, and if Kevin can make it, Kevin can make it.
And that's what I said.
And he almost was
Either
going
way,
to.
either way, whether it was just you or as long as we had somebody from the brewery that could talk about the brewery
Right.
and everything that's gone on,
Yeah.
and it's going to go on.
So I'm glad we waited this long because I'm going to be totally honest. Like back in the day, Kevin would have been the one to talk about the beer. I was the grunt. I was like, you tell me how to make it. I'm down to do
You
it.
still
Like,
are the grunt, though.
yeah.
You know
Well,
that.
yeah, but now I could actually.
I see you all the
talk
fucking
to-
time brewing your little ass off.
Yeah, but now I can actually know what I'm talking about.
Oh, there you go. See, that's more important.
So let's go back because I think we've talked. Yeah, a long list of people we've talked about the Taste of Long Island or Taste of New York or whatever. You're establishing.
Atoli is what.
Yeah, even before that.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the beginning. How did Lithology come to obtain this from all the breweries that were brewing there on, I guess, like a rotation? You guys came out on top of.
And what were there, 6, 7?
Yeah, I think it was more than
It
that.
was a lot. I know. And we were kind of like the freshman class of the seniors were like. TCB was leaving. 1940s
Yes.
was leaving. Po' Boy was leaving. So who was there was
Flying Belgian.
Flying
Oh.
Belgium, Tweaking Frog.
Yes.
I'm trying to remember now. Long Beach had something going, but by the time they were gonna put their fermenters in, they decided no.
Yep.
And Hopwinds was gonna do it. That didn't happen. Bellport.
Lithology.
And of course Lithology, yeah. So you want to know like how we became the I guess the
sole
how do you
proprietor.
Lead brewer.
the host brewer. That's
There
what
you go.
I was looking for it. I was like so basically we were there for 8 months brewing in the back, scheduling just like everybody else was. And Jim the owner of Atoli actually was talking to Kevin while we were looking to open up in Baldwin because Kevin and Lee at the time lived in Baldwin and we wanted to be closer to home. I was living out in Queens. No. Oh man, I moved too many times. Now I'm finally back on Long Island.
Stop forgetting
I was
the
living in
timeline.
Long Beach, and we were like, yeah, let's look at Baldwin. We looked at a spot. It used to be an old it's a cardboard factory now in the middle of Baldwin that used to actually be an army base.
Really?
And yes, we
Baldwin?
went in there. Yeah,
Like part of like Nassau
was
Community
camouflage.
College that had it. What?
it was right next to one of the catering halls there. I forgot the name of the catering hall there. But whatchamacallit. So it was 8 months. We had been doing wholesale. We were like, we got to get our own place. We were going to do it. And then all of a sudden, the town of Hempstead hit us with, you got to redo the sewers.
Of course.
And that's the wrong answer.
So we're like, we don't have that money.
Hey,
right?
that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Redo the sewers?
Oh, that's crazy. Who does that?
Yeah. So we were like, all right, what are we going to do? And then serendipitously, Jim was like, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. would you guys want to buy the equipment and talk to the landlord about taking over the lease? That conversation went to the four owners at the time. Took less than 5 minutes. Like, yeah, we'll figure it out. Let's do it. And 2 days later, we were in conversation with the landlord. And then, we took it over. We found out that there was not. It was only set up as to go. It wasn't It wasn't set up to on premise
On
drinking.
premise, yeah.
Yeah.
So we had to quickly sit in front of the village of Farmingdale, who loves us, and they're like, whatever you need, we'll make it work. So we
New
had to go
sewers.
in front of-
Oh, by the way, you need some new sewers. Then.
It was you can use the new sewers we didn't need, so thank God.
Can you fix the
So,
power lines?
Yeah.
so yeah.
How about a second Main Street behind the
Oh,
brewery?
that's an inside joke. That's a good one.
We'll bring that up.
We'll bring
they
that
had
up,
a problem.
Rocket
We'll bring that
Man.
up. But so we then also talked to the brewers that were there, and we're like, hey, we're going to take it over, but that's not our plan. Like, we didn't want to be an alternating proprietorship. We wanted it to be our own brewery, but they had like a year to like establish themselves, move on to bigger and better, or decide to do whatever they wanted to do. So it took about a year. Slowly,
I think all but one are still a brewery still, and
Yeah.
it's just Tweaking Frog.
yeah.
Did they do something else? Did they end up going on? Starting
He-
something else new?
He was at wasn't he at the farm?
He was going.
I thought it was like Twin Forks or something. I thought maybe they started
I
that.
think he was
right?
going to be with Twin Forks. They did something for a little bit, and then he realized, yes, owning a brewery sucks, and said, I'm fucking out. And now he has a life of his, that he actually is enjoying.
enjoys.
Steve, please don't say that out loud. I have tenants here that need to pay me rent.
They suck as they don't know any better yet.
Oh, they know. They
Yeah,
got.
now.
Well,
They
the
got
thing is,
the
they have
honest-
all this merch they got to get rid of. So
They got the honest truth from me like second day there. So they
And,
understood.
we loved it ever since.
Yeah. So, but so eventually it turned like more fermenters became ours, and we took it over, and it was just us.
Yeah.
And then fast forward to during the pandemic, and we needed to pay rent.
Yeah.
So we're like, hey, can we pivot again? And they could. Chris could tell you the story about running into John and asking, and then John, our new partner, John, he asked us, and we're like, hey, let's see if we could do this again and make it work.
Yeah.
And figure out some spacing and how it could be done right, and the pricing and everything. So
There's
that's how
a
we got to here.
ton of people checking in on Instagram.
up?
Of course, the Nostalgia Podcast is checking in.
That's right. That's Dan. That's my partner,
you
Dan,
go.
the Nostalgia Test Podcast.
hello, Dan.
Marlon's checking in. We'll talk about the podcast a little bit. That Beer Dad was all about you
Yes.
guys coming on today.
What?
Kira Whitney is checking in. Brian McAvoy's checking in. The real JDMs. It's moving too fast for me to see it. So
There we go.
Oh, Measure the Score is checking in, which I think is another.
Oh, the Measure Score. They were on my podcast. The great podcast.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
C. Miz is checking in. So a bunch of
That's
people
me.
as it
What's up,
goes
guys?
in and out. I have a feeling this is going to fall right off. My mic's going to fall right off tonight. I'm going to be pissed off. Anyway, so let's get into what you were talking about with the pandemic, because I
Really?
know I joined you for a few of those 5 o'clock.
Yeah, there was a 5 o'clock. The
Yeah.
5 o'clock hangouts. Yeah.
I was. I remember I was on my deck a few times, and I see you go on. I'm like, cool. Let me just watch, and you just talk and hang, and I'm like, oh,
I was
let me
trying
just-
anything.
Yeah, it's just
Anything.
something to keep the word going.
Give me the
Keep things
designated-
happening.
the DH. Yeah, I mean, at that point, it was like, all right, I got to be a clown on TV.
Yeah, keep the
Basically, it was like, let's keep lithology in people's minds.
right. 'Cause
Okay?
when things go back to normal, they're
Right.
gonna want us there.
Yeah.
for their,
So,
for their brewing needs.
I mean, unfortunately, the big thing that happened was, we were told we had to shut down. We don't have that many employees, but all of our employees are like families to us. So, like, we were like, well, we're not going to be able to afford to pay them. You want to make more noise, Randy?
It's
Yeah,
okay.
it's okay. We hear everything fine.
I'll turn his
even
mic
though
up really
even though
quick.
it sounds like you're sticking rocks down your pants.
No,
but-
I thought
DH,
it was Donkey
a lot of
Hits.
rocks.
designated hitter.
A lot of rocks,
bobbing
brother.
for beers in the ice cooler. There, it's
Jesus.
fantastic.
There it is.
Well, we know it's cold.
Give 'em-
For sure. Frosty.
So,
There you go.
whatchamacallit? I'll let you guys crack this while I'm telling
There
the
you go.
story. So, all the partners got together really quick, and we're like, what are we going to do? At that point, being an owner, I get paid, I am, 1099.
Yeah.
I'm not, it's hard to collect unemployment as an owner. if you don't know anything about right. It got better and easier throughout, but like I was like, well, I got to be able to pay myself. So my other partners, luckily, they have really great jobs outside of lithology, and they had to do their stuff there.
Okay.
And I was like, I'll just take care of lithology. But we had to lay off our other employees. They all had part-time. A lot of the lithology is part-time to them.
Yeah.
So except for one, Mary. So Mary's our head bartender manager now.
Shout out to Mary.
Shout out to Mary.
Mary's
I'll put you back up there, Randy.
Mary's everywhere when it has to do with lithology.
Yes.
I see her all over the place.
Yes.
She made a great beer too. Recently.
Yeah, she just made a
I
beer.
saw
with
that.
it. Yeah,
It was very cool.
Really cool.
So, unfortunately, we had to lay her off for a little while, and I was like, "We're gonna keep the lights on for you to be able to come back, so don't worry." And so it was like I was just doing deliveries. You know, like deliveries killed it. We were like, for a little while, I was like, "I'm just gonna be delivering." For like, man, my Tuesday was better than every other Tuesday.
You'd be like Kino from Ninja Turtles too.
You know everybody.
Kino.
So we're drinking right now. This
Delivering
is our flagship.
pizzas all day.
This is the flagship. This is the
Yeah, you
designated-
guys had this.
forever.
Yeah.
This is our second beer we ever made.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the first? Sunrise?
Brown ale.
No?
I would have
First beer was supposed to be the LBIPA.
Okay.
We were told the wrong efficiency of the brewing system. It came out tasting like an APA. So we're like, we can't call this.
You had the
IPA,
labels already done. And
right? Oh no, because we were just doing kegs at the time. So we're like,
New beer.
Mark was holding a keg numbered 21, and we're like, well, it's the first beer we ever made legally, and 21 is the drinking age, so we're calling it the legal APA, and people liked it. So then we had to remake that mistake, but without so much hops, because we figured out, you didn't have to use so many hops once we figured out the efficiency.
Shelf
so that
life
was
too as well, right? I mean, I would imagine that helps a little bit out with that.
Yeah, and then why this was the second is when we opened up the tasting room, when we took it over and we just had to open it up, we were like, well, we need a second beer. And we're like, why don't we dry hop it? So we put DH on the fermenter. And we're like, well, what are we going to call it? And we're like, I don't know, we'll wait until we get it on. We're about to put it on, and Mark, baseball lover, he's like, designated hater. We're like, all right.
There you go.
So first two names were the
Simple
fastest
and
two
easy.
names. The other names
After that,
took forever. We make fun of each other. All of a
But
sudden
what if
dad
you
jokes
were a
come
National
along.
League baseball fan?
We are. Steve and I are.
It
No,
would be.
I-
It would be.
I
It
know
would have
Manny-
been.
they'd
It would
be
have been
fine
now.
PH.
I knew you were going to say
pinch
that
hitter.
because some people have said it. I don't know. I'm a soccer fan, so
There you go.
it's whatever.
I mean,
Football.
you can
That's
call
right.
it DH now because they got it.
I did not know that. I haven't watched baseball in a while.
Yeah.
When did that
You
happen?
did not know
National
that.
League
No.
got the DH this year.
I didn't.
Wow, bro.
Yeah.
This year.
This
This
year.
year.
This year. So it's new. I'll
Where
give you that.
Where have you been?
And
oh, you're running a
for our
brewery.
Mets very well.
Fucking A.
Yeah, I've been brewing, so I have
Yeah,
no
right.
idea what.
I've been so
Randy's
busy
the grunt, so he can't pay attention to the news right now. He's there. He's
get him
working
in.
all the time, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Me
brewing and
lift,
stuff like
me
that, so.
me grind.
Yeah.
He's starting to get big calves
Me
on this.
drink.
I see it. His
Yeah.
calves are coming out. Nice.
Exactly.
So you guys, obviously been grinding. You guys went through a ton of, time here over the last few years, trying to just kind of reestablish after the pandemic. Not years, but like months.
It was
But
crazy.
over those years and reestablish, the brand again. Because let's talk about the location because this is huge. You obviously see the value in being right on Main Street in Farmingdale. How has that helped you along the way?
Well, there's like there's good and bad to it.
Yes.
Right.
I think
Obviously,
we've had this conversation.
We have.
Yeah.
So Farmingdale's a weird town. Like I like being there. It's just that there's some limitations of the size that we are. So like I like that we're like a walk-up brewery. We get a lot of new people that show up. So like what that does is we also then have to like cater to that crowd. So that's why some of our beers are lighter, easier drinking. But then you also have to go for the craft beer crowd.
Yep.
So we have to always have something going on, like, because Steve, you'll make like someone's asking like, oh, get the brown ale on, get the brown ale, you get the brown ale, and everybody's like,
I don't want the brown ale.
so where's your sours?
Yeah.
So then I get a sour, and they're like, oh man, I'm ready for pumpkin. I'm like, it's fucking August. Shut up.
You're late then.
I can curse on this episode.
Absolutely.
They add the
Say
beats
whatever the
after.
fuck you want. We don't add no beats.
Whoa. That's not true. In the first season, I would take this back and bleep
Yes,
it all
and
out.
You remember? So would we just be so good? Hello.
Well, Pete was the worst of it. He would curse every 2 seconds.
Drops
and
a
it
lot
was,
of MFers.
oh, hell yeah. And I
He's
have to
close
beep
to
him
Samuel
out.
L.
I'm pretty sure I missed a few, but the point was we were trying to be a little more mainstream when we first started to try to get the bigger platforms at the time to pick us up. And obviously, it didn't really matter. We probably should have gone rogue and done what we were supposed to do and got that done the right way. But in the end, it doesn't really matter anymore. You know, we pretty much have this nice secure area like podcasting and streaming on YouTube and Facebook where you can pretty much say anything without getting kicked off. You know what gets you kicked off? Copyrighted music. And big shout out to the Deep End who starts off our show. I don't mention it enough, I don't think.
No, you don't.
Big shout out to the Deep End, Max and the Deep End from Long Island. Check them out. I'll go to the Deep End on Instagram. They're the guys that wrote the music to the start of our show specific for us. You will not find that on an album. That's our music. So thank you
I
to
do
them.
like the intro.
Yeah. You know, and going with the theme of giving away Newfound Glory
you can do it
tickets.
for like
and,
7 seconds, right?
I
You're allowed
think
to like play songs.
you mean
something?
on the streaming platforms? Yeah, you get like a certain amount of time before they kick you right off.
Yeah, fair use is like 7 seconds.
Yeah, it's short.
We try to do it on the podcast, the nostalgia test. Where
Yeah.
like, can we put that clip in? I'm like 7 seconds.
Yeah, if it's
Kinda
quick.
right at 7 seconds.
Or if you do it and then like and drop it out for 7 and bring
Yeah,
it
then
back
bring
for
it back.
7,
Yeah,
you'll be okay. But then people can be like, "The hell is this dropout crap?" But
they do that on Facebook, don't they? Like start to like mess the
they'll
mic
kick
up
you
and stuff
off.
like
They'll
that?
put you in Facebook jail if you do too much of it. Some of the shows on this
get more streaming
station.
It's almost like you.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
booked.
We had when we started streaming to Facebook, we had a show that was just a music station. And we were considering ourselves under the guidelines of we're a radio station streaming to Facebook. We have ASCAP, which is the license and security.
I'm a BMI
license.
guy. I'm a BMI guy.
Yeah. I'm more of the SESAC,
Oh,
the European
dropping
broadcasters.
acronyms.
But I mean, because we have the ASCAP sticker on the club, we thought we'd be covered under that. But none of that matters once you get into streaming platforms. You really have to. They don't give a shit about your ASCAP nonsense unless you claim ownership, and you're not going to claim ownership of things. We're lucky enough that our intro with the Real Big Fish song makes it every single time because we've used it for 4 years now, and they're like, all right, these guys aren't giving up, so. That's the only one we do use, and yet then we put it at bed level after the initial few seconds, and then we're talking over it anyway. So that's the other way of getting around it, talking over it.
That definitely passes the nostalgia test. I love it.
There you go.
Gotta love.
Anyways, so back to
Yeah,
right
your
before the
location.
pandemic. I'll
Yeah.
tell you this: we were revamping our like whole way we're gonna run our business, and like we had to let go of our assistant brewer, unfortunately, just because like
I
money
remember
was gonna-
coming in, and you were busy brewing, and
Yeah.
I'm hanging out with you, and you're like, "Yeah, man, I feel really bad. I gotta let the assistant brewer go." I'm like,
yeah,
"Oh," and he winds up he's a family member, isn't he?
yeah. He's Kevin's cousin, so
Yeah.
that was a tough let go.
and he was
but,
like all about it too.
Yeah.
He really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
And
I
then
mean,
you crushed his dreams.
well, I let go of my
It
other
just
career.
said Kevin just left the chat.
Oh yeah, now we're down to 6. Sorry, brother.
So no, like
5.
it was a tough decision to make, and we were in a really tough space.
No, you have to do what you have to do, man.
And then we were like, all right, so this year we're gonna focus on this, and like we're gonna do this for a year, and then we're gonna like really push revamp Lithology, and then fucking pandemic hit.
Yes.
So like all that got reset for 2 years.
Yeah.
So then now we're kind of like our goal that we had 2 years ago is like
But-
now.
Because of the pandemic, you became the only brewery in Farmingdale.
Yeah.
That's true.
Oh
For now.
man.
2 breweries
Don't
closed.
say
I
that.
know.
It's like-
Us,
true, yeah.
us, and
terrible.
Black Forest.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Dude, it was so sad to see you go, but are you happy?
Yes, because my wife is very happy.
Oh, there you go.
Happy,
There you go.
happy
Clap it up
wife,
for the
happy
wives out
life.
there.
Shout out to the wives.
and
Yeah, I gotta give it to my wife. Support. Thank God for her support. I mean, I literally let go of another career to do this. So like, one of us had to be there. One of the partners were like, one of us has to be there, and I was like, I'll just do it. So, thank you, my wife Kristen.
that's awesome.
Appreciate you
For letting her be letting you be there.
And there's times that I don't get home until late. So
No.
appreciate it. You know.
no,
how it is.
brewers.
Or even if I'm
they're
at
out-
home,
they're out by
even if
8
I'm at
o'clock.
home, I'm working. Right.
Yeah.
So you're constantly doing
Yeah.
stuff and stuff.
Man, he's
Constantly
hardest
making the
working
phone
man.
calls.
I always
doing
say,
the ordering.
if you really like brewing, and you're a brewer out there, if you want to brew,
by
Go find-
Get Beer Maker. BEERMKR.
Or
gonna
just
brew
go
a-
find a brewery that's looking for a brewer and get paid.
Right.
But
You
if
still make
you
no
want to
money,
put out
though.
fires and you want to just do other things other than just brewing, then sure, own a company.
Yeah.
I've owned one since I was a kid with my grandfather, so I knew what
were
this
you
was going to
doing?
be. I was an electrician.
Oh, all right, okay.
So
Cool.
I own an electrical company with my grandfather. We did a lot of work in 5 towns for years, and so really I found out what it was like and what it feels like to run a very small business on Long Island. And the difference is I don't come home smelling like copper and insulation. I now come home smelling like beer.
Yeah.
I'm a lot.
Like
I
wort, yeast, and
will say I'm a lot happier than when I used to come home.
Well, that's it. You want to be able to wake up in the morning, feel happy to go to work.
Yeah.
Come home and have a relaxed head and know that what you did that day was productive and feel good about yourself. That's what it really comes down to. I
Yes.
promote that all the time. You know, I have high school students that I'm like, do what you love. Like, you want to wake up in the morning and go, boom, let's go to freaking work.
Yep.
I can't wait. You know, that if you don't like that, then you got to find something that makes you happy.
I mean, I joke
As
about it
difficult
all
as
the
it is.
time about, oh, it sucks, it's this and that.
Right.
But it was probably some of the greatest times I ever had.
Right.
You're going to make me cry, Manny.
I will say there's during the pandemic I didn't really love it.
Yeah.
There was a time there was weeks I was by myself, but then shout out to my niece. She was actually interning at the time of the pandemic for her class to learn about small business. And she had to watch all this and all the decision making and stuff. So she was there helping me out.
That was a real life lesson.
Yeah,
she
no
learned.
better time to learn than during that.
So she was there supporting me too. I got into TikTok because of her. She's really young, and I was like, I'm too old for this. You need to explain what I have to do. She's like, just do you and then record it.
Really
So-
quick before you go any further,
Yeah.
we got a bunch of people on Instagram letting everybody know we're giving away 2 tickets to AC Beerfest June 5th, 130 breweries. And also
that
starring,
right.
yeah, I did. And also starring Newfound Glory and 4 Years Strong. Our phone number, you have to call into the show tonight, folks, to win tickets. 516-465-3990. If you're watching on YouTube and Facebook, the phone number is at the bottom. If you're on Instagram, you just have to memorize the number. 516-465-3990. Sorry, continue.
No, so I don't even know where we're at because I go all over the place anyway.
Well,
But
you
you
had
had-
the internship.
That's
and
the beauty of you.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I don't know.
And you met
so
Jones
you were talking about how excited all the fun times, right? And this kind of brings them along into
hope.
this. I was really down because I'm by myself. I'm brewing by myself. You're not really hanging out,
Yeah.
busting balls. You know what
It's
it is.
lonely.
When we used to do we did the collab when we did the Dale the Ailer the
oh,
Daler?
that was the Dale Ale.
Daler Ale. Just a good time, right?
Yep.
Because my partners, they were really concentrated in where they had to go for their work. That nobody was around, so I'm
Yeah.
just brewing by myself, filming and stuff. And then this alternating proprietorship thing came back up, and the boys from Jones Beach came along, and they had to come and watch me brew on the system.
Yeah.
And they only had to come twice, but these guys were like, "No, we want to come as much as possible. We're gonna give you a hand and stuff." So I was like, "Sure." And they're like, they were so excited. It's like I said it as you ever you smoke weed at all as a kid?
I'm not allowed.
Railroad.
you can't.
Railroad.
Long
Or
Island.
when you first
New York
when
State
you first-
employees.
When I used to smoke, I would smoke. At one point, I was smoking a lot, and then I would love to smoke with someone for the first time because you're like, I remember that high. I remember that. So when they came into the brewery, smiling like crazy, like loving to pick up grain buckets, I was like,
Let's get these
going
guys
on
high.
here?
I don't.
What's
I don't think Manny. You got to give somebody else's perspective on it. I think Manny, just his energy and his passion, is what got us excited. Forget about the whole.
But I
brewing
totally
aspect.
talked it down. I was
Yeah,
like,
he was,
No, but that's
not fun.
there's something about
at all.
listen. There's something about a guy who just got electrocuted like Marv from Home Alone, going, "You're gonna hate brewing." You just kind of I kind of want to know what that feels like.
Brian says he loves the Manny Sanny.
Manny Sandy, yes.
Oh man, he has a special water bottle that he says if you can't find what you need to clean, look for the Manny Sandy.
I wrote Manny Sandy on it. Anyways.
Let's talk about that relationship. How did you guys team up with Manny and Lithology? How did you guys get involved with this?
Well, when we were a T-shirt company,
That was perfect, man. That was perfect. But there was more than
No,
that.
there was more
There
than
was
that.
beach towels. There was glassware. There was hats. There was
baby, what?
I was ready to take out a loan
Whatever Printful has, they got.
I was ready to take out a loan and get like
you
10
get bikinis
t-shirt
yet?
guns.
Yeah,
Yes.
T-shirt
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 guns are
guns.
fire.
T-shirt
By the way,
guns
if
are
you've ever
good.
shot one.
And they would be
AC
on the side.
Beerfest.
They'd be on the side of LIE shooting them at.
Right.
It's the windshield.
I can get it right in the windshield. I know I can.
I think I saw it said Jones Beach on it. What the hell's going on here?
So the great thing about it was like for us, we're grinding, we're trying to figure things out. You watch every YouTube video, read every book, Audible, you name it, and we're like, what we want to figure out what's going to work for us. And we had a small budget. We were trying to figure out how are we going to go into market. We looked at some of the big guys, we looked at some of the medium guys, some of the small guys, and we always kind of had an idea of like, let's be as manageable as possible.
Well, with that said, let's just travel back for people that don't remember season 1.
Sure.
You guys started brewing, kind of home brewing.
Yeah.
And then you started brewing a little bigger batches at a fire department and
Yeah.
self-bottling and
Yes.
distributing.
We
and
were
handing it out to anyone that would drink it. Just try to get the name
Our
out.
daily cadence was this, and I mean this wholeheartedly. We sold shirts and hats. We took the revenue from that. We bought the grains and everything that we needed.
That's fucking
We
awesome.
brewed it at the
hell of a
firehouse.
Reverse brewery
Yeah.
startup.
We brewed
I love
it. We
It
brewed-
works.
We brewed
Get
it
the
at the
merch,
firehouse.
then
Yeah.
get the brewery.
We felt like we had the best R&D department because they were going to tell us whether it was good or bad, regardless.
Oh yeah, if you give it to firemen,
Yeah,
they'll
they're
let you know. Like,
"No,
oh, this
is
crap sucks.
trash. Get it out of here." And so
I'm surprised. Usually, just alcohol is just like I don't give a fuck what this tastes
Yeah,
like. I'm drinking it.
Exactly.
Well, when you're busting their chops, they're quick to bust back. So
there you
you gotta
go.
make sure you put it down. And then, we during the summers we would have fun. We'd hop on a whaler or a skiff. We'd go to bay houses, pull up at different just street
Throwing
teaming it.
bottles on
We would just
lawns.
street team it.
Oh, we would go to all the beaches. I
And
mean,
we would-
I would go to the Polar Bear Club during Super Bowl
That's
and
it.
just
Brilliant.
t-shirts everywhere, just giving them out. And they're like, "Who's this guy?" I'm like, "Shirts."
Anything that says Jones Beach, people on Long Island want to wear.
Yeah.
That's just
Yeah.
what it is. I
Yeah.
mean, they want, and they'll go out of state.
Great
like,
name
"I'll
to
wear
have.
some
I'm like,
Jones-"
how did you pick up that?
Yeah,
name?
'cause
Like, when they
that's-
said when John was like, Jones Beach Brewing Company wants to brew with us, I'm like, wait, they're the ones that got the name? Like they were like, nobody was like, hey, we should just pick this name up to see.
Well,
if
just an
people-
FYI, Steve and I are starting Robert Moses Brewery.
Yes.
All right, well, hey,
no,
we'll
you-
do a
you
collab.
I like
He
it.
probably bought it already. I'm
You
telling
can't.
you, he's like the guy who like buys all
You
the
can't.
names.
We'll do a collab. We'll meet at Captree.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm teasing, but
Do the West Gilgo Brewing Company.
you're not
You can't
teasing.
find
I'm
me.
not teasing.
I'm a nano brewery now.
This guy's not teasing.
So
Nano community, nano brewery.
the,
West Gilgo.
you can't.
Every island, every
Chris
beach.
has bought every like beach brewery name beside like that was
And
available.
it's so smart because there's no way it doesn't cost
It's a
all that much.
.com era.
Yeah, it's
So
you
all
can
over again,
buy
information
all of the
highway.
rights. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you buy Cherry Grove?
that one?
No.
That one I was looking for a
There's
partnership.
nothing wrong about
you
I was
it.
can't.
looking for a
Listen, I would
partnership
love
with
to
that
get
one. So
You can sell seltzers.
Yeah.
That'd be
Yes.
perfect. Under the seltzer brand.
That would be
The
good.
whole
that would be
Cherry
a
Grove
very
seltzer?
good
That
one.
sounds
That'd be
delicious.
a very good
Yeah.
one.
How come
Great
that's
marketing.
not thing? Tomorrow, shit. We
do
just
it.
gave every.
We
Well,
just
just
gave
gave
our
our
shit
shit on
away.
Instagram. Our,
Get on the trademark database site right now.
I'm on it.
All right. Thank you.
It's probably in the cooler.
Wait, before you go on, there's a bunch now more people joining in on Instagram and commenting. I can't keep up with it. 516-465-3990. We're giving away 2 tickets to AC Beerfest June 5th. Give us a call. Anyway, so you guys were kind of
Started
trying
at
to...
the firehouse?
Yes.
Yeah, so this whole thing honestly was a street team kind of thing, but you got to understand that for us, we're like, we don't know the next move to make. We want to find a retail location. And there was me and my cousin Mike and Randy, and we kind of went on what we called like a like an information blitz, like try to gain as much data, understanding. And we were like psychos with this, but we were very inspired and we were very humble about the process. Like you could talk about going to you can talk about going to Point Lookout and being in the basement of Luke Hennigan's place before they bought that new spot in Long Beach and
The old
watching
school.
Molly, the brewer there, doing lactobacillus.
Right.
You can talk about going out to Kabrinski Airport with Brian and saying, hey, how does this work? And him and Joe are like, this is going on. You could like we were all over the place. We're learning. We didn't care. There's like a level of some people being like,
They came to Barrage and just gave me merch like
That's
nobody's
it.
business.
like we're just
Steve,
like
do you
we
remember
just-
talking to me about these guys?
No, but we love that. We
me
love
and you
the
had a
industry.
conversation with you when you came and
Yes.
visited.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we love
This
this.
is before they showed up.
So we love the industry and we love the people involved in it. And for us, we wear our hearts on our sleeves. And our mission, believe it or not, my brother and I, we drink beer. We love beer. We always wanted to start something like this, and we're from Freeport, and there's a lot of history with the horseshoe crab, the water preservation. Like, we're really deeply involved. First responders, Jones Beach Power Squadron, boater safety, environmental stuff. Like, we do all this stuff, and we're like, we really want to be involved. My father-in-law was a Navy SEAL and a Jones Beach lifeguard. Like, we go to Short Beach. We clean. I got poison ivy. I cleaned up the beach.
That's why he's wearing a
He's
sweatshirt.
suited up today. Yeah.
So for us, yes, t-shirt company. Also, we want to do something impactful. And then we're like, you know what? We know we don't know what we don't know.
Right.
And it's like, how are we supposed to get started here outside of going to homebrew and hand grenades with Pete?
Right.
Every Saturday morning.
Yeah.
That's
And
what
learn-
everybody else did.
How many guys are in,
Wait a second.
How many guys are involved with Jones Beach?
So there's about 9.
25.
9.
It really is 9.
There's
Okay.
9.
25.
And the whole thing about that is everybody has a full-time job, right?
Right.
And also we've been
like
very
Brewers Collective.
transparent about it too. Is that we all know what everybody can bring to the table, and our goal in 5-10 years would be we want to be at a certain level, and so there's a vested equity schedule that we've consisted and agreed among each other that we had to hit certain milestones in each of our categories, and that's it. You could always win with transparency and honesty. You can't win with
I
anything
remember
else.
when we first started, I called Greg from Great South Bay. I said, hey, can I just come help you can or bottle? And he said, my door's open, come in the back. And I'm sitting there on the line.
Sign this for
my
you,
eyes,
though.
I'm just looking around, and I'm bottling 500 cases of some beer that I don't know.
See what you got yourself into?
yeah.
He's like, free fucking help.
But it's honestly,
Yeah, it was the hell
Greg.
seltzer.
Definitely-
That's what it was.
Definitely, Greg was like, "Oh yeah, come help," and then
yeah.
then Greg went on his skateboard and he
Yeah, exactly.
he fucking boarded away.
He's always on the skateboard.
Love you, Greg. Love you, buddy.
He's like the
Randy,
Willy
how's it
Wonka.
going? It's good? All right, cool.
Randy, you good over there, right?
Well, I was a kid. I'm like bottling, and then oh my god, I could have some off the line.
And you went
it was the
wait.
Willy Wonka
But
experience.
what's fucked up is how long ago it was, how it changed. That's what they did. They did bottles.
Yes.
You won't find a
Wait,
fucking
forget about
bottle in the
bottles.
place
Forget
now.
about bottles. The new thing is beer balloons. And is someone going to throw one at Manny?
No, we're not doing it today. Right here, just destroy this sign.
Yeah, you've seen it on Instagram,
Yeah,
right?
I
Yeah,
just saw
yeah,
that on Instagram.
Yeah, Gabe from Oyster Bay.
That's going on.
Thrown in
He's
there.
just asking if
That's
you throw a
good.
balloon.
That's
I
actually
mean,
going-
I lived
that's
in
doing it
Oyster
this
Bay for
weekend.
4 years with
Yeah.
my girlfriend, who's now my wife.
Nice.
We lived on top of the old Oyster Bay Brewing Company.
Oh, right across the parking lot.
yeah.
Nice. There
we,
you
we
go.
were right there, 76 South Street. I was upstairs, and I would just come home from work, hop off the train, walk right to Oyster Bay Brewing Company, sit there and pick Gabe and Ryan's brain and just hang out and watch the scene.
A
So
lot of these people in this industry are so amazing and so honest and like open book about what they go through, and that's kind of what led to Lithology. I mean, I remember going in there when they were, now correct me if I'm wrong, a 1-barrel system and watching
Wrong.
over. Definitely was wrong.
oh, he does this.
Three,
He corrects us.
2,
Wrong.
1.5, 3.
Wrong.
Well, let's just
We've
say
always-
they grew exponentially in a couple of years.
We've always had a 3.5
Oh, I was
barrel
going to say that could be
system.
one of our questions.
We've
that
always
we asked the people
we've always
calling
had
in.
a 3.5 barrel system, but we've upgraded from brewing on 255-gallon jugs on a stove to a Blinkman.
But they absolutely redefined the place, and just to watch their growth. I remember saying with my cousin, we were there, and we looked at everything. We went to a lot of breweries, and we looked at everything. We said, why does this brewery have this size?
Right.
Why do they have this many taps? Why are they doing this type of beer?
How the hell are they doing
Like,
that?
money.
No, and we drew up
Why
a
do they have
genuine
6
investors.
IPAs? That's why.
Hold on, Chris. Hold on a sec. Steve and Mike, you guys are having our
Yes.
Bathroom.
bathhouse.
This actually doesn't. This
Bathhouse
doesn't release until
that
May
doesn't
6th.
release
This
until
is
Friday.
You're the first
Ooh.
to have this.
We are having
this is their second beer that they made at our
The
place.
first one was the
Inlet IPA.
Inlet
Inlet
IPA, which
Yes.
is what I originally had out
So
of
we
bottle.
have
Yeah, I gotta
now,
go back
kids.
to that and see how the new
So
one.
what you're having right now is the Bathhouse Blonde. It is released on Friday.
First time I'm actually having it
Really?
Introduced.
out of the can.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
a
it,
good
man.
blonde.
Yeah,
So-
you guys are making like very
Good move.
drinkable,
Yeah.
drinkable
Good
light
move.
beers.
We're in May.
Yep.
Yeah, this is perfect.
Thank
Good time to come out.
So
with
we
it.
are
perfect.
releasing this Friday,
Yeah.
7 p.m. Point Lookout Clam Bar.
Wow, there you go.
They just renovated. They just opened up April
Oh, they
20th.
did?
It was Fisherman's Catch in the Clam Bar. They knocked
One
down
big
the
place
wall.
now.
Yeah, it's one big
Oh,
place.
shit.
You can get their stuff at
gotta check it
Lithology
out.
Brewing Co.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
On tap and the tenant tap.
They are a
So-
tenant tap, not a guest tap. They're a tenant tap.
Don't do that to us.
I
So-
might actually have Randy throw
Now-
a balloon in my face.
Well,
in
I
the
was an
bathhouse.
all-state quarterback, so
There
it's,
you go.
you know,
Were you? You didn't tell me that like 1,200 times.
No,
while we
I
were
never
there.
said that. I tell you, I work at the airport. I never said I.
I said it. I said it.
Now he's an all-state luggage thrower.
We always have to find someone on our team.
He
pick
is.
up the
No,
other.
he is.
Are
He's
you?
the guy that
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
at the Republic Airport.
Oh, get out of here. That's awesome.
Wait, that's when the green comes in. He's telling guys,
Yeah, yeah.
You
Exactly.
bet. You bet.
Bring it on in.
bring it in.
The first time I met Chris actually was on Zoom
Yeah.
because the whole conversation happened during
I
the
thought
pandemic.
you said it was his OnlyFans that.
Oh no, he unsubscribed, and I have one of those apps that follow the unsubscribers.
That's
So we
fantastic.
knew. You knew.
So I reached out. I said, "Why'd you want to follow me?"
Why do you want to follow me, bro?
I still got you for
yeah,
another
so
month at
they reached
$6.99.
out. Well, you guys were going to open up at a bigger place.
Well, all right. So yeah.
Yeah.
So we actually looked at
This is before the pandemic.
so
again,
actually-
that's the big word.
Yeah.
The big-
yeah, before the pandemic, we actually had a place in mind, and we were
BP
Yeah. What?
yeah, pandemic.
before.
Oh yeah. Okay. Got it.
I thought you meant you're going to Brewery.
What? Gas station?
I mean, you're gonna take over Blue Point.
No, Steve's brewing there. If you haven't
I'm
heard.
brewing. What the fuck?
BP. I got that 89 octane IPA ready to go.
BP.
So this place was a turnkey operation. It had everything you wanted in a place: old cold box facility, a cold storage facility, the right electric, everything. A handicap compliant bathroom.
What
Just
town was
teed
it
up
in?
for you.
Freeport.
In Freeport.
On Atlantic
And there's
Avenue.
a big reason as Freeporters and as one of the main veins between Wantagh and Montauk to get down to Jones Beach, we wanted to be in Freeport. For starters,
Yeah.
they're their own municipality, so they do quicker on variances. They also have 30 to 40% cheaper electric, and their water in New York State is one of the top waters in New York State.
level.
High alkaline levels, great stuff. And it's like, I really want to be in Freeport. I love Freeport, volunteer in Freeport. So it's one of those things where we were looking at this place, and
We're excited.
Totally-
We're about to get our
totally
place.
humble,
Yeah.
Totally scared, petrified. This is a new business. How do we make this work? We have X amount of capital. What do we do here? And all you hear is the pandemic's coming up. And at the time, we're currently going to have a board meeting for a variance to turn an A to a B and make sure that it was on the corner and that the other surrounding areas weren't going to. Anyway, it's this fiasco, and we're being, whatever, I'm pressured by the landlord, sign now.
Sign now,
And
like
it's well, hold
February,
on
end
now.
of
Every
March,
business is
2020.
50%
He knew.
occupancy. We're gonna fail first year. Like that doesn't make
Fail.
sense.
You're not even going to get off the ground.
I'm like,
Nobody's
I'm
allowed to
looking. I
have
don't know what I'm
anything.
doing. And it's like one of those things where it's like, I don't care if I leave the place vacant for 15.
Yeah, Chris and I had the
10
conversation.
Months, sign now or not. It's been vacant for 3 years.
Yeah,
So,
so,
so-
you know what?
And you know what?
You know what?
Fucking too bad, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah.
I love people that are like, oh, you got to do this now, and they still haven't rented the
so
place.
it's
So
just
fuck
kinda,
you.
So it's pathetic because
That's exactly
like I
what it
said,
was,
we have
Steve.
our heart on our sleeves, and we're like, can you just give us a few months to figure out an alternative?
That's
just
what we
give
do.
us a
We
few
were
months,
so
man.
pumped. We were about to get this place, and they're like forcing us sign. And my brother and I had the conversation. Maybe we take a step back from our dream. We took the step back, and it's been a blessing.
Well, guess what?
It's been a
freaking
blessing.
God.
As I always say, all things happen for a reason.
Yeah, they do.
And it found its way. You guys are here now. You had a can release pretty much right away as soon as you got into Lithology.
March 11th.
Which was very... I kind of like to see that because, again, you guys didn't have, a lot of capacity to do a lot of kegs.
can I-
just to put it in a few spots, who's going to fucking get
Can
to
I
know
be
you?
honest with you about like the humility
No, that
part
makes
aspect
sense.
of it? It gets very tough on your ego and gets very tough on your heart when you're busting your chops and everybody's proud of you and they want to see stuff happen. And after 4 years of being a
my
T-shirt
God.
company,
You know how many
at some
T-shirts
point
all my
something
friends
has to
have?
happen. Like, what's going to happen, guys? And
Every-
it's like, well, we're
When's the beer?
blessed
Where's
that
the
we're in the
beer?
right space.
Yeah.
We're blessed that we met the right people. And I think Manny can vouch for this. It's like, it was an 11 at night call, but we were just like, listen, we know you guys did some stuff like this in the past. Would you ever consider doing it again? And we talked it through. And when Manny said, hey, you got X amount of days, we had a team conversation. We're like, F that. Like, if they need help, we're there.
Let's
And
go
we, and
there.
we were there
Well,
at
that was
35 weekends in a row.
That was
Yeah.
also like, so when they called, we were thinking, okay, the SLA is going to give them their go ahead in 3 months. 3 months passed, and you know how the SLA is,
Freaking
right?
2 years.
You know those guys.
Dude,
the
he was
SLA.
like, no, still going.
The slow
still-
liquor thing?
right? So they're like, listen, meanwhile, while we're waiting, can we just come and help out? Sure. They were there every week.
Yeah.
Somebody was there. I mean, it's 9 of them. So like someone
Someone
was
was
showing
learning,
up.
writing down an SOP,
So it
writing
was
up
awesome
notes.
because like
Yeah.
then all of a sudden
All
I
in.
was like, oh man, I remember like brewing was fun.
So Steve,
It goes
Steve,
back
remember you
to
said,
me-
"Oh, you're gonna make me cry, Manny." One of the first like weeks after I first started brewing with Manny,
You just
he's
interrupted me. I'm gonna cry.
Well, I have to. You're gonna yell at me. It's gonna be a good thing. It's gonna be good. Manny goes, you guys, man, with these smiles, you really made me feel like a brewer again.
Yeah.
I started tearing and I'm like,
geez,
No,
Manny.
because like I said, like I was brewing by myself, and I was like, you're angry as an owner. You're angry at everybody, right? You're just angry, like SLA is being annoying.
Well,
just like you
especially
try-
during pandemic.
Yeah.
They were just. I
Hounding
swear to
you.
God, they were just out to fuck with
I mean, they were
people.
giving somebody
all
tickets.
these small.
Unreal.
They gave someone a ticket for like having an extension cord plugged into like a bistro light. Like, fuck
Yeah.
you, dude.
Yeah, it's
like,
tough.
are you kidding me? Like, that's what
Everybody
you
had
felt
to
like
make
doing
money.
today 'cause
Everybody's
you
getting
needed to
laid
make
off.
money. So you're
Yeah.
like, oh, let's find ways to like really fuck.
And
them
by the
over.
way, Manny did say he was going to go off when I spoke with him. He's like, and what can I talk about? Because I might just go off.
yeah,
So he
yeah,
did say that to me, and
Manny has a tendency
No,
to go off.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
So,
wording.
but it, again. So I was like very bummed out during the whole thing, and then like you try all these different things, and like we do contracts sometimes, and then it's like we got all this beer contracted, and it was like, oh, there's no one to sell it right now. Now how the hell am I gonna
Who
move
was
it?
contracting with you?
I contract with Butternuts.
Okay.
Like we've been contracting from the beginning, so we only contract our flagship stuff. So we just finally we did a hop tonic with them. We did the designated hitter, and now we're doing the pilsner that got silver.
Yeah,
at the
nice.
conference.
Yes, I want to talk about that.
Thank
Yep.
you, appreciate that. They're doing it, and it, again, get this. It was supposed to be. I was supposed to have it today. Fucking supply chain.
God.
Can I just say that was a really cool day? That was our launch day for our first beer ever in market, and we looked at the story, and they got
it was real
the Pilsner Silver. It was
Yeah,
just,
I remember
and
seeing
we
them
were
both
texting
on-
each
both
other
on your
like, "This
story,
is
yeah.
awesome!"
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we were just it was such
Hitting
a
on
cool,
all cylinders.
now,
Yeah.
now tell me, how good did that feel?
Dude,
I'm
You started with dude.
I'm dead serious. When
So-
you finally, after so much time, you win an
you want me to get
award.
choked up? I get
you're
choked
gonna.
up. I'm
You're
a loser
gonna.
guy.
I want to get to
When you win that award, and you've been fucking busting your ass, and now you have validation basically that you did something. And again, it's a New York State award.
Yeah.
There are a fucking lot of breweries in New York
there
State,
are.
bro.
I'll tell you this.
I've been to a
Steve.
lot.
We've
Been to
won-
98 of them.
So
I know.
we've won awards before for like the New York International Craft Beer Award, like a couple of them. We've even won one that was Brewery of the Year, and then I'm like, this one, that was like, those are nice.
Yeah.
Not gonna talk it down, but being there, and like I was like, whatever, whatever. If we win, we win, right?
Yep.
Sitting next to Chris.
That's the only way you could do it.
I'm sitting,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sitting next to Chris from Dubco. Kevin's sitting next to me, and I go, it gets a contemporary Pilsner. I was like, which one did you put it in? Which one? And he's like, you know what? I think it was the traditional one. And like, they go, A-frame lithology.
No, yeah,
We took a second, and Chris goes, dude, that's you. Kevin slaps me. I'm like, woo! I won a Yeti at a raffle the same day.
It was a fucking home run, man.
Yeti.
Yetis.
So, like,
Well, you know what? I don't know. I think the Yeti might be a little more than it's
the Yeti was
metal.
The Yeti was nice. Man.
Yeah.
Somebody was offering me $50. I'm like, yo, this is a
you.
$345 Yeti.
$50.
So
okay.
no, it felt awesome, dude. It was I didn't think I thought I knew I was gonna be happy, but I didn't realize like just being around everybody from New York, being around our peers, like
So you in a
I
picture
just-
with Paul Leone?
yeah,
Leone?
and like I know the guys, but like it was almost like you have arrived. Like we're small nano brewery. We've been trying to like prove that like we make great stuff. It was at first when we first started at Totally, a lot of people were like, only sour stuff comes out of there. Like they never cleaned back then, and like we had to get that bad name out from under us. It was tough. So that was huge.
That's
Huge.
big.
I got home and I teared when I got back. Like it was a tough thing.
Well,
So it was great.
it's a culmination
Now,
of all
did-
that
and
then,
hard
of
work,
course,
all those late
they
nights,
give
all
you
that
the-
time alone, all
yeah.
those things
Yeah.
that you've been trying to do, and your vision finally coming through.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. That's years
And
of
that
hard
was like
work.
one of the beers that we've like not changed from like the start, and like not really tweak. Like it's just been our original recipe. So like for it to finally be like noticed is like it's huge. And of course everybody's
stuff.
like, now like our salespeople like we use American craft beer brands, and they're like, so do you have we want to order some? I'm like, we just finished it.
We don't have
like,
anymore.
I'm like, I have to
And it's
reorder
not
it.
on the schedule for a little while.
And it's fucking Pilsner, so that takes a lot longer.
Yep.
Right? So they're like, so when's the turnaround? I'm like, I mean,
months?
maybe. No, like, Chuck's like, I could do it in like 6 weeks. And I was like, all right. And then now it's like, well, now we're waiting for cans. So it's like,
Yeah, that's a
because you want to like strike while the iron's hot. Like,
is that
people are
really that
liking
bad
it.
right now? Because we haven't heard much going on buzz-wise and
I know from
aluminum
like
and
where
stuff like that.
so we get it, like, we get shrink wrapped. So
Right.
the company got them, I think they're waiting for the cans to shrink wrap.
All right. So it's
Who,
I would
who
say
are
it's
you
a-
using?
That's all Kevin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If Kevin calls in, he'll answer that. But like, it's just, of course, it's like we're always like, like for like wholesale wise.
Yeah.
Like we even like shrunk out our wholesale. Like we were like, we need to just really concentrate on the tasting room, make our money there, do some like there are some bars that carry us now, and like there's some distribution, but like we were like, where are we really going to be making? Like we were at one point when we first started, we made a lot of mistakes. Like we went and contracted like all this beer and like got promised that the original Nassau Coliseum, like, oh, we're going to have you on. We're going to order 30 cases a week. We're like, all right, let's contract. They ordered once.
Can I tell you that what Manny's going through is
What you're going to go through?
no.
They're not. They're just selling out
Hold on.
crazy.
Let me just.
So you're doing it for them. They're going to bypass all that shit.
No, let me just tell you right now. A Padawan's favorite thing is to watch the master go through what they're going
Manny's
through.
son.
I'm just telling you right now.
Cincy Manny.
We watch him go through this.
That's a new TikTok
we
right
watch
there.
him go through
Oh,
this,
definitely.
and we have no tap room, and everyone knows the margins of the tap room is the highest thing they have.
Now let me ask you
we,
guys.
and we are blowing out the distribution right now, where we have people calling us like, I can't get your beer, and that's a tough experience to go through.
It is
'Cause
weird,
It's like
'cause you're like,
now,
yeah, we got
I
beer.
can't get it. Like people yelling. Like,
Good.
It's
The
like,
new
and
kids
it's
on
like,
the
Let
block
them
are always
fucking yell.
great, right? I told them.
Yeah,
I was
so
like,
yeah.
guys, this new, like,
and
I was
to
like,
have his experience and knowledge telling us like, yeah, all right, taper it down, relax, get it out here. This is what.
How many taps are you guys going to have? Is it going to be even, or maybe just a couple
What,
of
at
taps?
Lithology?
At
One.
Lithology.
One
We have
tenant,
one. We have one
tenant,
tenant.
one tenant tap. If they get I know they're going to start contracting some of their other like their
The IPA.
our
The
flagship.
IPA.
Oh, and then
Like
you could
IPA.
have the cans
So I
available.
could have the
too.
Yes.
cans available
Bingo,
too.
yeah,
So
yeah.
like, so they're going to be doing the bathhouse.
We need to have
blonde
our
is next.
flagship out there so we could do it, and then we want to have the ability between our brewers to have the flexibility with the 3.5 unit tanks we have there at Lithology to test out like this. So we just had back-to-back brew days. I don't know how Randy's awake right now. He was.
So we didn't want them to brew on Sundays.
That's what alcohol's
I
for,
brew
brother.
on-
Yeah.
We're open on Sundays, so I'm like, if you're going to brew, you got to be out of there by 12.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We started at
They
like
started-
I got there at 1:45. We started at 2, done by 9:15. Out the door, home. Yeah,
That's it. Now make it
Yeah,
happen.
man.
But like, I'm enjoying watching like they're the new kids on the block. You guys know
Feed
how it
off
is.
the
Everybody's
enthusiasm.
like-
Yeah.
Everybody's like, they're selling out, and it's like I also did tell them like it's great that you're contracting, but watch it because if you contract too much, then you're like, because
Totally.
everybody wants you until they
Don't
you're
want
no
you.
longer the
every
new
step
kid
of the
on
way,
block,
we're
right?
learning. We are learning
But
everything.
your name
from
is
him.
huge. I mean, like you guys, it's great that you got that name.
So-
and you're making great. The liquid is good. So like,
We had the can
Yeah,
release for
keep it up.
the Inlet IPA, which
Yep.
you had
Yep.
years ago.
Yep.
And it was at the Helm Bar in Freeport.
Yep.
On Guy Lombardo.
Oh, yeah.
Our friends, they own it. Molly and Noreen. And
I saw it. It was a good turnout.
Oh,
Very
it
good.
was. It was. We expected a good turnout, and it was beyond that. we brought 15.
all you could ask for.
We brought 15 cases.
And blew through it.
And blew through it, and then had to run to Freeport Beverage and get another 10, and
that
then we
is
blew
like-
through that, and I'm like,
that is a great
does
problem.
this
to have.
happen? Like,
Yeah, there's something
Just-
here.
Who
There's
cares if
something
this
here.
happens all the time? Just enjoy it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the
Yeah.
one thing like I started to try to do this year is that because like as an owner, I would say like your excitement only lasts like this much.
Yeah.
Right.
You plan this whole fucking party, and then at the party you're like, I'm already planning next week.
Yeah.
Like so, we won the award, and I was like, this is great. And then me and Kevin were like, all right, so what
Back
do we
to
have to
reality.
do? Right, right,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right. And so like now I got stickers for the 4-packs that aren't here. Like I'm just like, oh great.
I want to. So the choice to go with a 12 ounce as opposed to 16 ounce is like the crushable summer beer. Is that
Yeah,
what it-
well, so especially since we're doing distribution,
yeah.
something about having an IPA in 80-degree weather on the beach in a 16-ounce gets really hot at the ass.
It gets me hot, though.
Well, the ass is hot. So being able to like keep this in your hand
Yeah, it
colder
is nice.
longer, especially if you're
that's
fishing.
what-
or on
But
a
I
boat.
guarantee if you have this 12-ounce can, there's probably a Jones Beach koozie that goes along with it.
damn
Oh,
right.
there
And a
are.
t-shirt.
I had
It's a cooler.
www.jonesbeachbrewingcompany.com/shop.
All right, I'm gonna say
You
this.
got- do you guys have a shop on your website?
Yes.
Let's
So
open
speaking,
up.
speaking of the koozies, oh sorry.
No, go ahead. No,
I was gonna say, speaking of the koozies, when we didn't have the beer, this is the
We are
PGA
ridiculous,
Championship
actually.
2019.
Ah,
I had koozies
Beth
on me.
Page?
He met
I walked-
Carson Daly. I'll pull
That's
the
all,
picture.
oh, I have it on my Instagram. I walked in with pockets filled with Jones Beach Brewing
Carson
Company
Daly's
koozies.
holding a Budweiser in a Jones Beach koozie.
Carson Daly has an aluminum Budweiser that's just sweating, and I'm like, "Hey, Mr. Daly, you look like you need a koozie." He's like, "You're right." I walk up to him. I said, "So how was Christina Aguilera?"
That's a great story, man. Hey, man, you look like you need a koozie.
should ask for
Yeah, you're
Durst.
right. That's fucking awesome.
I want to. I want to. I want to open up the phone lines. The phone lines are open right now. 516-465-3990. We're going to say goodbye to Instagram right now. We'll save the story up on the Instagram, and then we'll get back to you guys in just a few minutes. And we're going to have a segment called Steve's 3 Questions. We want to ask you guys about that time of the night. So let's get into it. While that's going on, while I'm setting this up, Steve, you want to... No, let's not preference it. Let's just talk about this tenant brewing. I want to ask that question before we get into all this and we start getting into the beers and everything. So give us that relationship. How does that business-wise work? Are you guys in charge of X, Y, and Z? Are you renting space? Like, how does that relationship work business-wise?
Would you like me to say, Manny, what I think, and then you'll correct me?
I mean, it's not.
All right.
No, Chris, you're wrong.
Basically, they rent time to brew. They
We
brew
have-
twice a week.
They have their own
They have
tanks?
a minimum. Yeah, they have a
minimum?
minimum.
So-
No, wait.
They have a
Which is good that they have a minimum.
So I think the way Manny put it to me was this, and it was this aggressive. He said, 2 days out of the month,
I'm not
it's your
aggressive.
brewery. You have your own insurance. You tell me to get the F out of the brewery. That's fine. You break anything, you buy it. Simple as done.
easy.
So when people don't understand, like they think like, oh, they're brewing it for you. That's contract brewing. This is
Right.
This is alternating
you're
proprietary.
We are
brewing.
doing it. I
This
can
is ours.
attest to that.
Someone slips on the floor, we pay for it, not
Right.
them.
Yeah.
So like, you know what I mean? Like it's our brewery
For the
just
day.
from a manufacturing standpoint. Retail not included. So it's like that's
So they got their own
Batteries sold separate.
uni tanks. We got them in. Yeah, that was a show.
Yeah, that
So
was-
that was
that
fun.
Close the doors.
That was fun. They're like, we could fit it
There
right. I
is
was
not
like,
a lot of room down there. I've been down there. There's not a lot of room down
made
there.
it fit though. Yeah. It was crazy. We had to break down the door frame,
Break it down.
put it back up later on. But I remember like Chris would be like, "So what's the size?" I'm like, "I'm telling you for the 8th time what the size is. Can you make sure that it fits?" He comes in. He's like, "Oh, the unis will stay in the hallway." It gets down. We're like,
that ain't gonna work.
Pivot.
The unis can't stay in the fucking hallway. So there's no way the unis, like we put it in the hallway, and to get to the cold box to where the kegs are, it was like you had to like go like this, right?
Yeah.
We're like, that's not fucking happening. We got to get it out of we got to get into
Well,
fermenting. room.
maybe you could. These boys and myself are not getting through.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, it's hard.
So the next day we were like, all right, well, it has to go into the fermenting room. So we move things around and we put them in the fermenting
it
room.
works.
And
It's
it works.
working.
So they got 2 uni tanks that
Are
like
filled with blonde right now.
their contract with us is that they have to keep up with at least 2 brews a month.
Okay.
If they want to brew 3 times and like let's say our fermenter is open, then they pay extra for that fermenter.
Right.
And then with that, they're also, there's a contract with what, they're using our license so
Right.
that if they want to go contract also to
Contract to
contract
contract.
somewhere else,
Right.
they have to
Contract
we
to
have to agree
contract for volume
well, we have
size.
to agree
Contrary
with
to
that because they're
you.
using our license to be able to
Sure.
do that.
Right.
So,
Right.
Okay.
and because it all comes back with liability, Steve. So
Right,
like
yeah.
this little thing,
Which is
says,
tremendous.
Yeah, right.
with special agreement with butternuts, like
Right.
it all has to kind of
And that's like the, you know what? And like some people will be like, oh, well, it's like, no, well, we understand where we're at.
Yeah.
And we understand who we're, and the greatest thing
And we're
about it
prideful
is
where
how
we're at, so.
we're proud of it, and we're to have people on the other end coach you and take the time, which a lot of people don't have to do. it's just I felt like the synergy there is just like it's just real. It's like we get it, all right, and we appreciate it, and thank you.
During those 18 months, 20 months, whatever it was, like training.
I had
Manny's.
I had a board up, like they had to get stars.
Oh baby, gold stars.
Think about it this way.
I don't, but their crew is like very competitive, and they're like, so Manny, who's your favorite today? who knows more?
Who washed the
like
mesh?
Chris would be like, so who did better at cleaning? I'm like, Chris, you're excellent. You're excellent.
I take pride in that.
So
you get one
because
gold star.
I sound like I yell. I come from.
You don't sound like
you
you.
from what's the background again?
I'm
Tell
Portuguese.
about the sauce.
So
Portuguese?
my
Portuguese?
grandfather, like, I learned electrical from my grandfather.
Don't ever back
He'd
up a
be
truck with his
He'd be
grandpa.
talking to me. Yeah. He'd be talking to me, like, screaming at me, and like people were like, "You guys okay?" We're like, "We're just talking about lunch." But like, but
I told him mayo.
so
He
it's all
argued.
love. It's all love. Like, they're doing great. They like when they mess up, I just like tell them straight.
Tell them
out.
get the fuck out.
No, like
Get
you
out.
didn't do this right. Like one of them shows up with slippers. I'm like, you can't show up with slippers at a brewery.
The
Like, that's
water
not
is going to be
happening.
That
Well,
was
he
me.
figured
220
slippers.
degrees.
Oh, no,
Remember when
it's crazy.
MJ came without boots, and he's like, "I don't need boots." I'm like, "You're
just
gonna need
dropped
boots."
on-
The what? He opens up the wart. He forgets to shut the valve. Boom! Right onto his sneaker. He got like.
Never going to do that again.
Yes.
Well, now he doesn't
Learn
do that
real
again.
quick.
So like he learns real quick.
Well, I
So-
started brewing with like shorts, but I had the Timbs
Yeah.
on.
When Tucker showed up one time with one sneaker and one slipper because he had broken the toe. I'm like, just don't show up. Like, it's okay.
I thought that was just a Wednesday. You just,
Well, yeah. So it
It
was
was a long night.
yeah.
I don't know what happened, guys, but I got a
they-
fucking flip flop and a fucking sneaker.
But because of the
so
fact
you met Tucker.
Tucker's a great guy, man.
And by the way, this flip flop I think is my mom's.
They were also helping us at farmers markets where we couldn't get somebody to cover. So Tucker was helping out. So they were also learning like
Shout out
the
to
farmers
Tucker.
market
Yeah.
like role of like being a farm brewery and how to be able. Since they don't have a tasting room, I'm like, hey, listen, I know you really want to wholesale, but like
Crossroads?
you could also be there. They were at some Crossroads and Seaford and Rockville Center.
Okay.
So and now we're at Pat Chalk. but
Pachogi.
But I'm like, it's just another idea for them for revenue.
Yeah.
You know,
Especially
like
with the
instead-
margins of
they're
that
not
is like a
they're
tap
not
room.
selling it wholesale. They
Yeah.
could actually just
Yep.
make the money and keep
Right.
it. You know,
Yeah.
so it's just they're like, you don't think about that. And like what the pandemic did it do is you realize like not every brewery has to do what every other brewery is doing.
Right,
now.
yeah,
And
everyone
you
has
can
their
make
own
money
path.
in different ways. And like also like what you think is a successful brewery, like like this 1,000-millionaire brewery, like. Maybe you just want to like be able to have like a good
Small
living
little
and
store,
like
yeah.
Just make
a nice
beer
little
and have
store
fun.
and like
Like-
pay bills and go on trips when I want to, and that's it. Like I don't have to be a multimillionaire. And a lot of brewers aren't multimillionaires because
No, they
there's
are
a lot
not.
of problems
Ooh.
behind them. Like so, just don't think that like you're rich. You're selling. I had this one person comment on TikTok one time. I was had a TikTok live going with labeling. I was labeling these cans. The shrink wrap didn't come in because of supply chain. So we got the cans and we had to
Wow,
label
that was
them by hand.
deep, soft
And the guy's
voice.
like, man, how much do you sell them for? I'm like, they're $8. And they're like, $8 a pint. You're making a killing. The guy's like from the South. I was like, $8 a pint?
You know what the
Making a
overhead
killing? You know
is
how
on
much
this?
Well,
this is?
in the South, in all fairness,
Yeah.
$8 a pint probably is like
Things are a little.
Oh, yeah.
Understood, but it's like, know who you're talking to if you're going to make that comment. But whatever. It's
Man,
just
it's
social media.
Don't go off, Manny. Don't go
Go
off.
off, man.
Reel it in.
Shock collar.
Reel it in,
So
little
yeah,
buddy.
so like, so
Did you want any of your other beers?
yeah, I don't know what they. It's like I brought different ones other than just
Yeah, the bottle
IPAs.
caps. The bottle caps.
So yeah, the bottle one. If you want to open it, it's gonna pop in there,
Go all over the place.
Well,
and then you can pour it. But
let's,
Should I go outside in the parking lot?
No, you
No,
just
no,
do it
no.
out in the hallway. It'd be fine. Let's while you're
no,
doing
leave it
that,
in there and open it.
let's run the intro music for the next segment, and we're gonna see what makes you guys tick in the beer world. So give us 1 second, and we're gonna do this.
Tweet. That PB bird?
Hey, you cool hep cats. Tonight, we bring you a very special presentation. 3 questions with our very own Steve Pominski. Yeah, Steve's questions. 3 questions from Steve. 3 questions. Steve's questions. Generations go.
Ah, there you go. So Steve has his own little segment that
Well,
he's...
now that everybody left.
no, that's fine.
Mike, what is your... Oh.
No, I've already done... I think I've already done the 3
You know
questions.
what? We should probably redo them again because
You
things
want to do it
change.
again now?
Things change.
I don't know. Quickly, I'll go through them. Go.
All right. What was that for? Well, this probably won't change.
Yeah, no.
All right. So we'll go to the second one.
Okay.
Second one. What is your favorite style?
Right now, IPA.
Okay. What's that one beer that you want to find when you go out? It could be any beer from anywhere in the world.
Shit.
I see.
That does change. That one
It does.
It does.
The two, I feel that the second and third question
Yeah, that one
change.
definitely changes, and that's going to be a tough one to get into. I'm going to say right now, if I had to just go just to a random bar or restaurant or get something, because it's going to change with the seasons.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking for Kolsch, Pilsner, or something light. I think right now I'm more crispy boy than hazy boy right now.
Okay.
Nothing too thick, nothing too crazy. Yeah, that's where I'm at. All right, so go ahead.
All right.
Let's
All
go
right.
on with
So
these
we
guys.
got 3 questions here that I'm going to ask you boys.
All right.
Going to ask you one question at a time. We're going to go right down the line. Manny, what was that first beer that you had that turned you on to craft beer that you were like, there's something going on here. I need to find more of this. This is not Bud. This is not Schaefer. What's going on? What was that one?
Schlitz.
It was Sweet Afton. Sweet Action. Sweet Action.
Sweet action.
Oh, Sweet Action from Six Point.
Yeah. That is also going to be the answer to the next question.
Well, I have a story. I sent my next door neighbor. He goes, "Hey, you guys are coming over for a barbecue. You know, what do you want to drink?" I'm like, "Just go in and ask for Sweet Action." He's like, "You fucking with me, right?" I'm like, No. Sweet Action from 6 Point. And he's like, "I swear to God, if I go in and I ask the guy for some Sweet Action and he tells me get the fuck out of his store, I'm coming here. I'm going to beat your ass."
You're in trouble.
But he came back with it because when that beer first came out, that was man, that hit the spot for me.
Yeah.
And then they came out with the little friggin'
The
the
sleek.
seltzer size.
the seltzer size.
Sleeks.
Oh, it was so good, man.
Dude, as I'm talking to, well, as I said it, I remember being at Black Sheep in Mineola.
Oh yeah.
And they had them at the time. I don't know if they still do.
Probably
but
not.
I was with Lee, my other partner, my best friend, that we got in craft homebrewing together. And we would only drink those when we went.
It was so good.
like
I
people
think
were
it's
like,
still
"Oh, I'm
good.
drinking IPAs."
It's still
and
good.
and I'm like, Sweet Action.
Yeah.
That-
It
that's
was
like-
something about that when it first came
When
out.
they first came out, I mean, I've had them recently, and I'm like, not.
You know what happens? Technology.
Yes.
You know, they brew more. It's the system's more efficient. When they first came out, they had a little haze to them.
But there was something great about that. That's you love the haze. You love like
man.
the grittiness of it. And then, like you're saying, like when you get bigger, you get more popular. Your beer it changes. There's just
It's efficiency.
Profits come into play. Like it's not just
you
like
can't make
$5
$50
profits. You're talking about thousands and thousands of dollar profits. So like
Chris,
Yes.
what was that beer that turned you on to craft beer?
To craft beer?
Yes. Not just the beer.
All right. I will say
Barrage Brewing Yard. Oh, no.
I'll say that craft wise would turn me on to
You
craft.
probably learned from me.
Well, no. So from a beer,
I learned it from watching you, Dad.
From a beer standpoint. Hey now.
oh my god,
From a
this
beer,
is your brain on
from a beer standpoint, the craft beer that really got me and was more about the story, but also the taste of the beer, was 60 Minute. And
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
That's one of Mikey's go-tos.
He
and
loves
so,
dogs.
wait, so
And,
that's why he said I'm going to skip that one
Well,
because
so
that's
then-
it.
yeah,
That,
he
that
was-
or Stone IPA.
Well, because he also
he
was
was at the event.
Yeah,
he
I
was
saw
also
it.
he was
Yeah.
also he was also
phenomenal.
he was
He
also
seems like a
speech
nice
was
guy.
phenomenal.
he was also a rapper.
Was he?
Sam was
he
a
was.
rapper?
Sam was a rapper?
Chris was a rapper.
So I love his pot. I love his book.
Yeah, I
I
read
love
I
his
read
book.
that. Yep.
and I love his story.
Randy, mine.
This,
yeah.
just this story,
The story is
Yeah.
a good story.
it gets you. Because
And then craft brewery on Long Island, and so I'll say this: 2015, bunch of friends going out east, and just from a marketing standpoint, I was like Montauk, and I said, wow.
yeah.
And so those two alone right there
sorry,
kind of
Joe.
spawned.
Yeah, sorry, Joe.
So spawned.
I'm
what I
all
was-
about the Montauk. I'm a wave chaser, and then they just came out with that newer one that actually pretty delicious. It's their hazy.
East End.
I just
East
really,
End,
I
yeah,
just
yeah.
really,
The yellow,
You're
the
gonna
yellow.
have to
I just
open it up.
really,
The marketing.
I really like their marketing.
Yeah,
I think they do a good job.
It follows very much to your Jones Beach feeling.
and-
I don't think it's at all.
I was gonna
it's
say
not
that.
parallel.
Well, what I'll say, I'll
But
be
it's-
honest. Listen,
it
like
makes
I said,
sense.
I wear my heart on my sleeve.
Yeah.
We wear our heart on our sleeve. We're very honest. We're humble, and we shout out everybody, no matter.
I didn't know you had to you get to answer 2 questions.
Listen, there's
Wait
people out
a
there.
second.
We got more
Trust me,
questions.
there's people out there that in the craft brewery world or in the music world. That's
Yeah.
why Sam as a rapper and anything. People talk the talk, walk the walk, whatever. We don't care. We just talk to who we like, and no matter if they like us or not, we tell them what we like about them, and that's who we are. We're never gonna change that about ourselves. And so you'll notice some parallels in the beginning, but
Is that for me?
like if you look at the IPA label in the beginning,
What do we got there?
maybe there were some parallels, but
Yeah, no,
this is a
I don't-
completely different label.
Yeah,
now.
yeah, no.
You know what I mean?
I don't
So it's
see
like-
it at all. I just know that, like, when people walk around with the Montauk shirt, you're like, oh, cool, they went to Montauk. Now, when I see Jones Beach, I go, that's probably.
You know what?
that
You know what we
means
did on that?
You are correct.
Yeah,
I feel the
that
same
same
way
feel.
about that.
You know
It's
what
a
I?
feel.
You know what we did with that, and this is a plug for the music industry with my buddies, Nice and Ill. Our shirts were classic black and white, and they had one little red dot, and nobody knew what Nice and Ill meant, but it was stop, play, pause, record.
Oh,
we
yeah.
opened for Sean Kingston, Miguel, Fat Man Scoop. We were on X Factor.
Name
We-
dropping
We
over
did
here.
all these different things, but no matter
saw them.
when you
I've
saw
seen
that
his
shirt,
videos.
you
Yeah.
were just like, wow.
Yeah.
So what did we do with Jones Beach? Black shirt.
That's it.
Right here
White
it is.
labels.
The original.
That's it. And so it just stood out, and we were just like, that's what we're going to be. And we'll figure out everything else as it comes. But
Yeah.
This is what I want to tell you.
So,
It's
yeah.
special when Kevin put.
this is a special beer that he has, by the way. Too.
Ah.
All right.
What was that? What was that one beer that turned you on? That you like? Man, I can find out more about craft beer.
So I'm one of those guys that you have to be local, Long Island, and like I'm not a Yankees or Mets fan. I'll root for New York.
Sure,
right?
me too.
So
More than
it had to be Optical Illusion.
Hey, there you go.
There you
So-
go,
Love,
bro.
love Hopsicle.
It had to be
Classic.
Optical. That I was like, oh, I like this, and then went from there. And I went to school in Maris for a year, and I used to stop at Halftime Beverage on
yeah.
9.
Yeah.
And I would just bring a shopping cart and just load from Japan and from Australia and just
By the way, the the one in
Poughkeepsie up in
oh
on
the
Route 9.
Poughkeepsie one,
On Route
the
9.
one closer down here. I actually stopped at. Now Decadent is right next door. They're actually
Oh,
attached
okay.
to it.
Yeah.
Decadent. I think it's White Plains or somewhere around that area, just north of the Bronx,
trying to
Westchester
think-
area.
I don't think it's
right before you get to the Connecticut border.
He's got another bottle.
Let me tell you, if that's Tony from Farmingdale.
No, it's not. So we're with Mike Pete and Steve, GovsRadio.com. Who do we got on the phone tonight?
Hey, it's Brian McAvoy. How you doing?
Brian, what's going on, buddy? Brian's very active on the Instagram tonight. Brian, are you trying to win tickets to AC Beerfest?
Yeah, it'd be cool to bring my wife.
There you go. All
you go,
right.
brother.
So, Steve, as we're in the middle of Steve's question, Steve has a question for you. If you get it right, we'll put you on the wheel tonight.
Sure.
All right, get it, Steve.
All right, bro, you ready?
Yeah, Steve.
Okay. What are the 4 ingredients that are considered to be part of the purity law in Germany called Reinheitsgebot?
4 ingredients in beer. Sorry, it's hard to hear
4
you while
grains.
listening to the podcast.
Four ingredients.
Four ingredients.
Shut off the podcast.
Are you referring to the law back in the 1500s?
Yeah.
Turn the radio down, Brian. That'll make it
I
easier
think
for
the
you.
4 ingredients are going to be water,
Okay.
hops,
Yep.
yeast,
Yep.
and grain.
You got it, big guy.
All right, Brian's on the board.
Brian.
You're on the board,
guys
big
know
guy.
who Brian
Brian
On the board.
McAvoy.
Do you know
Thank
Brian
you very much.
is,
I'll put him
You
on.
know who Brian is?
I just want to shout out Manny.
What up, Brian?
He's Manny's assistant.
So this
brewer.
guy is the.
Brian has been listening to the show for a while. He tunes in on the Instagram a
But
lot.
he's part of. He's the one of the
One of the
9.
Jones.
He's
Yeah.
one of the 9.
One of the
Jones
Joneses.
nine.
This guy
He's
had
one of the
one
9
of the
Jones
most
Beach,
gold
and he's number
stars
2
on that.
in Lithology.
He had one of the most gold stars at the time.
Lithology.
Yeah.
Thank you, Manny.
So Brian, going forward, you are in the running for the
Yes.
tickets. You did not win the tickets yet, but you are in the running for the
You're
tickets.
on the wheel, and listen, so far it's 9:20. There's only 40
Steve,
minutes
can I
left of the
gas up?
show. And then
Can I gas up yada yada yada?
I actually might have one still in my fridge.
I have like probably a case still.
Yada, yada, yada.
You think that held up? Yeah.
New
I
yada.
still have some of the original
New yada.
salt and fudgery, but
There
we
you
don't
go.
have that to the
I have that as
Uh,
well.
You know what? Somebody just recently posted they had it, and they were saying, "Jesus Christ, how did this thing still taste as good as it did the day they had it?"
There
So,
you go.
we're happy about it.
Thank you, fellas.
Thank you, brother.
Later, Brian.
And it's that easy, folks. 516-465-3990. Give us a call right on the phone. We got another question lined up for you. Anybody in this studio here can ask the question. And basically, we'll put you on the wheel if you get it right. They're not going to be, stump you. You have to go on the internet to find your questions.
The next one's
The next
hard.
one's going to be difficult. 'cause
You might have to guess this one.
Yes. But we are available here, 516-465-3990. All right, so let's get to question number... we didn't finish up with Randy.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I
my bad.
did. I said hoptical.
Yeah,
Which
okay, all
was
right. So you got
my-
that.
All right,
Good.
So, second question, Manny, what is your favorite style as of right now?
As of right now, I would say my favorite style, and it just so happens to be May. It's gonna be a lager pilsner.
There you go.
Yeah, it's kind of always my favorite go-do.
And I was going to say,
I like lighter beers. I mean, we do the IPAs because we have to, right?
Yep.
But I like lighter beers.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be what you're having right now.
what is this?
No, I'm still drinking
So
The blonde?
The
Yeah.
bathhouse. The
Yeah,
bathhouse.
still on
blonde.
bathhouse.
So what I brought was the LB's Knees, except this one has been bottle conditioned with time actually put into it. Kevin, we have a beer dinner that we do at the Crossroads Farm every year, and a couple months ago, Kevin took some of the LB's
That's
Knees,
the good stuff.
which
Because
is
they said, I go,
yeah.
Yeah.
So
bro,
Sediment. Old sediment.
Did you smell it?
I did.
yeah, so
I
I,
tasted
wasn't
already.
sure if this was gonna last long because
The aroma on it is
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
phenomenal.
fucking.
Oh, it's great.
And I've always been a brewer. I've always been someone that when you crack or you crack open a bottle of can, or
It's good.
Chris
you,
passes
you,
now
you
back
get
to
it
Manny.
a tap pour, and you could actually get the aroma of that beer coming
Yeah.
in. You know that beer is
There's
going to be
some-
something
Oh yeah.
So
extraordinary.
yeah, so like we do the LB's Knees all the time. It's the sage, rosemary, rye,
And that's
honey.
they're
LB's Knees. But Kevin was like, let's put this in bottles. Let's bottle condition it, and we're also going to put thyme in it, like
Now,
in it.
what
Like,
what
that's
is
what
what is the base of
is.
this beer?
Rye? What do you mean?
like a rye ale.
It's a rye ale.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a rye ale.
rye ale.
Yeah, it's a rye ale with honey, sage, and rosemary.
Yeah. I mean, it's
And I'm gonna add the
cloudy.
time to it because
People are
like
gonna,
it
like,
changes the whole thing. It's phenomenal.
Manny, am I allowed to say something over here?
Hold on. I didn't think this.
No,
so
I
this
wanna say
bottle's
something great
been-
about
this.
his
Has
beer.
been in there like for about 5 months now.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it all came out. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
So this is I love the smell
Hold
and I
on.
love this taste. And know what it brings back me to? Southern Tiers 2 Times Christmas. You know, like when you open that one.
and the aroma
And
of
that
it. I
aroma
agree
is
with you.
so-
the spices, the everything.
spices. It's really good, man.
What is the sweetness on that? That's the honey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Kevin added more honey when we bottle conditioned.
You know what it reminds me of? And it's going to sound crazy, but mead. Not so much in the but it has,
I thought Joe was gonna call.
Yeah, well, he might. He's on there. He's checking it out. It has all those elements like what Joe does with those floral elements, but then it has the beer base, which is what I like about it. Yeah,
This is one of my favorite beers that we brew.
it's different.
And
Are you
everybody's
talking
like,
about Joe Strong Army into the guild?
yeah, yeah.
I
The
love
full-
that Joe, and I love that
Actually,
guild.
He gilded you.
yeah,
He gilded me.
this
Steve's perplexed.
it's reminding me of something else that I had recently.
Yeah,
Summer of '69.
you'll think of it as you go. Let's get to the questions.
Anyway,
Yes.
But they also brought me back to when was the last time you bottle conditioned?
yeah,
Or how many people are bottle conditioning?
Yeah.
very rare.
Yeah.
Nowadays.
Because they got plenty of things to do. Hold on.
It's Joe.
This is the Word with Mike, Pete, and Steve, GovsRadio.com. Who do we get on the phone?
say my name 3 times and they show up.
It is Joey. It's like Candyman.
So I'll probably be seeing you next this weekend.
Yeah.
Because I need more mead. So.
Good. Awesome.
Joe,
You kept saying my name, so I figured I had to call.
Yes.
Joe, how did
my name, say
the
my
Spring
name.
Fest in Lyndhurst go for you this weekend?
It was good.
Yeah.
Pretty busy.
Yeah, it was the most packed I've seen Lyndhurst in a very, very long time.
I mean, outside of parade day, yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true too. How's everything going? You good?
Good. Yo, come get your T-shirt.
All right, you got it. You saved me one.
I told you I would.
I know you, but listen. Those things went fast, and I didn't want you to hold back.
I ordered more today to have them reprinted.
Brilliant,
Cool.
dude. Those are fantastic. I love it. I'm a big Mets fan, so that makes me very, very happy.
When I didn't even see it, and
Amazins.
and Mike was like, "You didn't see Joey shirts?" I'm like, "No, what?" And he sent it to me. I'm like, "Oh, that's the coolest shit I've ever seen."
So we were in there. My wife and I stopped in there with the dog and the kids 2 weeks ago or so, probably over break. And he's like, I'm thinking about doing this, and I'm like, yeah, do that. Whatever you do,
But save me
but
one.
save me an XL. And he did. Thanks very much, Joe. I appreciate it. I'll be down there. I got you.
Hopefully Uncle Stevie contacts me.
Yeah, Joe. Do you want to win tickets to AC Beerfest?
Come on, Joe.
Get it,
I
Joe.
don't have time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
would
do
love
you
to- I
do you
would
know
love to.
somebody?
Do
Do
you
you know
guys have
somebody
that?
that
Joe,
could
if you
use
win the
them?
tickets, you could like raffle them off on like follow me on WME Works.
Yeah,
Follow me and Hazel.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you could give them
Yeah.
out. You could
Follow
try to
me
give them
and
out on
my
a
dog.
trivia night or something like that.
Yeah.
Something to
I've met Hazel.
Hazel's awesome.
I've met Hazel.
I met
a couple
Hazel.
times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I did
dude,
vote
Joe-
him into
Joe-
the Brewers Guild.
Yeah, I saw Hazel at Debco.
Yo, Joe saved me. I think you guys probably saw the post where Joe showed up with a seamer for me because my seamer
Yes.
took a crap.
Yes.
And he saved me in a pinch. So I
Wow.
appreciate that, Joe.
That's what the community does.
That's what, and he's the he's the stepchild.
Joe,
Yes.
hold on a second. We got 2 more people on the phone. Doug, we'll start with you. It's the word Mike, Pete, and Steve. Who's on the phone, Doug?
Hey, what's going on? It's Doug and Tucker outside of Jeremy's over here in South Freeport.
Wait.
We
There
had
you
a
go.
question we had a question for Manny.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Shoot.
Doug.
Manny, I want to ask, how do you feel with this proprietorship working with Jones Beach Brewing Company, teaching them how to brew and working collectively together every single day? How's that process going?
Well, if you heard the beginning of the
Thank you,
podcast,
Manny. I was just
you
gonna
would
say
have
that.
known Mr. Doug and Tucker of Jones Beach, the other 2 of 9.
I went
It's
to,
great.
Hey, Doug, a question. Does Tucker have the same shoes on right now, or are they two? Like, is one a flip flop and the other one a fucking
Tucker's
boot?
wearing a short ankle sock and then almost a knee sock. I would send a picture to the group chat. Please keep it in house. I beg you guys.
There you go.
That's it.
Tucker has a name now.
All right, Doug. So hold on a second.
He
We got-
has no idea who Newfound Glory is.
Yeah, all right, good, all right. We got someone else on the phone. Who's this? The word Mike, Pete, and Steve. Who else do we have on the phone?
Tucker.
No. Oh, it's Tucker himself is on.
Tucker, what kind of shoes you got on?
Tucker, what type of socks you got on? One knee high and one shorty? What's going on, brother?
Where are my socks?
Wait, so Doug and Tucker, since you're not in studio, you are technically call-ins. Do either one of you want to win tickets to AC Beerfest?
Yes, Tucker and I would both love to win some tickets.
All right, so we got a question for you. Steve's going to ask that question. If either of you know it, be the first one to say it, and we'll put you on the wheel tonight. Go ahead, Steve.
All right. Guys, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. What size shoe does Manny wear?
Oh, that's easy.
Oh, I know that.
Tucker, you
It's
go
been up
first.
my ass.
I'm gonna go with a solid 9. That's a good guess. I'm gonna say a 7.5.
You're gonna go with a what? What was that?
He said 9 or 7.5.
A 9 or a 7.5?
That's 2
And
Doug
that
says 9.
and guess
Doug
what?
says 7.5.
7.5.
You know what, though?
And that's wrong.
Wait. They're both wrong, but they were both right around the actual number.
They were on the
One
other
was
side
closer
of
than
it.
the
I
other.
want to put a lot of people on the wheel, though I know Brian McAvoy is sitting there going, don't you dare put those motherfuckers on the wheel. They didn't answer
Right
the
now, it's
question
all
right.
Jones Beach.
Yeah.
That's up to you, Mikey.
All right, I'm going to hold off. We'll put you on the wheel a little bit. I want to open up the phone lines for you guys, for people to call in. Doug, Tucker, thanks very much for calling in, buddies.
Cheers, brother. Thank you.
Cheers, dudes. See ya.
At Jeremy's Ale House.
Joe, we still got you on the phone, right?
Still here.
All right,
Joey.
cool. So Joe's still here. See, that I got 3 lines now working. That's amazing. I've never managed 3 lines. Joe, so let me ask you a question. You're kind of selling into Lithology. Lithology's holding some of your mead. What do you have on tap over there right now?
I believe it's still the rosé, the dry strawberry.
It's the rescue.
No, that's not what's that.
It's the rescue.
I don't remember that. Manny, what's on tap now? I forgot.
It's rescue. I think we chose the rescue recently because that's been killing it over there. I always have to go. I go from like, Joe, I only need 1, 2. Joe, give me like 3. It's a great option to have. People love it. People love Joe's stuff. Yeah. If you hadn't had Joe's stuff, you should have Joe's stuff. So it's awesome.
Tucker, you calling back in?
Hey. Hello?
Is this Tucker?
No, this is not Tucker.
Who is this?
This is Dre.
Dre.
Yes.
A.K.A. Tucker. I have
No,
caller
that's
ID.
Dre.
Tucker,
That's Dre.
yeah.
Oh, Dre.
Yeah,
All right. So it's a new person
Somebody
using,
you guys know?
using
Yes.
Tucker's phone.
Friends of yours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Nah. All right, Dre. So do you know what shoe size Manny is wearing?
I'm gonna have to go with 8.5.
8.5 is correct. All right,
Okay.
Dre, I'm putting you on the wheel.
Dre is right.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's Jure.
Jure. I got it. Sorry.
Jere.
J-E-R.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whose friend is this guy?
Yeah.
All of our
Mills?
friends. It's my.
It's a free porter.
Well, we'll see
Oh,
this.
Freeporter in the house.
It's our brother.
I did give him a heads up that both Tucker and Doug were in between or on the opposite side. So
Yeah, I did have him hit.
there you
Yeah,
go.
all right,
I did
all
have a
right.
hint. All right, so we'll put you on the wheel, Jure. Appreciate you. Going to go down to AC Beerfest if we give you tickets?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool, man. All right.
He likes the white girls.
All right. There's plenty of them down there.
Newfound glory.
Yeah. It is
I
plenty.
got a quick question for Chris.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I heard you have a new beer release coming out this Friday called the Bathhouse Blonde. I
Yeah.
want to know a little bit more about that.
That is coming out at the Clam Bar in Point Lookout. Be there or be square.
No,
And
but
it's
he wants
Mother's
to
Day-
know.
and it's Mother's Day weekend. So
He
order
wants to
your
know more
flowers.
about the beer.
beer
Should I
itself.
bring my mother?
Yeah.
yeah,
she'll enjoy it.
Bring mom. Bring
course.
mom.
Craft with mom.
But if you would like to know more about the beer, it's a lighter and crispier, summer crushable, fun, enjoyable Bathhouse Blonde Ale.
There you go.
There's going to be a lot of blondes there.
Yes.
We have 2 in the
I think the man has a agenda.
right now. There's 2 blondes in the basement of Lithology.
Tied up. And
Whoa.
and it,
No, they're
Don't let the SLA hear that.
Guys.
Okay, whoa,
The blonde ale.
I got one more
Oh.
question for Chris.
because if it doesn't put the lotion in the basket, it gets
I
the
got one
hose.
more
told you I
question
was
for
strict.
Chris.
Go ahead.
How's not drinking going?
No, I
It's going
He's
well,
drinking.
man. It's going well.
Yeah.
So he dropped that like the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was there when I witnessed it.
Well, now with
The
the
beginning of the day, he's like, I'm
I
not
was trying
drinking.
to cut some weight for like the release.
all right.
Cut some weight. Like a wrestling event. Trying to cut some weight.
We've been trying to cut weight
Trying
since
to-
we met.
Trying to make weight.
Still waiting.
He's eating heads of cabbage and lettuce just to fill his stomach so he can get ready for the
Threw that in the
competition.
beer.
That's it. Jure, thanks very much for calling in. We'll let you go. We'll put you on the wheel tonight.
All right, no problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
later.
Thank you.
Phone lines are still open. It's 516-465-3990, 516-465-3990. Call in for your chance to get on the wheel to win tickets to AC Beerfest June 5th, featuring Newfound Glory and 4 Years Strong with 130 different breweries from New Jersey down there in AC. We're not paying your way. We're just giving you the tickets. It's a nice quick day event.
And if you haven't gone to AC Beerfest,
Oh, my God.
and you get these tickets, you're going to fucking wish you'd never got them because you're going to wind up going every year.
Yeah.
It is
Pretty much.
unbelievable. The amount of breweries that are down there. Actually, from Long Island, I know as of right now, it's Barrier Brewing
Yep.
is going to be there. Long Island was there last year. They're not going to be able to make it this year.
Yep.
But
Call them up and ask them how much fun they had last year.
oh, geez.
The fun is never
Well,
ending.
they might not remember
Is that why
the
they're
fun.
not making it
Yeah,
this year?
pretty much.
Yeah, it was a lot of debauchery that went on last year. You got to remember, it was right after New Jersey, New York, and Connecticut lifted the
It was
actual.
the week after.
It was the week after
The
they
week
lifted
after.
the ban.
And they moved it outside just to kind of accommodate the
Oh, a lot
no
of people
mask
were hurting
policy
that
and stuff
next
like
week.
that.
People were just.
This place was packed.
It was
It was awesome. And it
insane.
felt like people just were letting go for the first time in a year and a half.
And they still had great bands. Less
yeah.
Than Jake.
Hey, Less Than Jake.
Freaking Knuckle Puck.
Yep. Some great.
If anybody's
bands.
into
They were on
emo
Illusion
or
Pop
pop
I
punk,
love it all.
yeah.
We
We
had
had
it.
Less Than Jake too.
yes, man, it was
fuck.
so good.
Awesome.
That album, Losing Streak, is one of my favorite. Like,
Don't get him started.
dude, that
He has
album,
less than Jake socks.
I have
Dude,
less
that album is one of the top albums you can listen from start to finish.
100%.
Don't have to have it on shuffle.
100%.
It's actually a sin to put it on shuffle.
Yep, no,
It's
no.
like you could play a song to me right now, and I know what song's next.
I feel that way about
Ninth of
Michael
Pine is my
Bublé.
favorite song of all time.
Yes.
Ninth of Pine. But even so, Hello Rock of You, equally, and as a producer, being able to understand how they recorded the first one, the second one, it's a totally different sound. And it still revolutionized that whole era of music and what they did. This is the Wort with Mike, Pete, and Steve, GovsRadio.com. Who do we get on the phone now?
Hey, it's C-Shar. How are you guys doing?
Hey, C-Sharp, what's going on? Are you on Instagram tonight? You saw us kind of liking your posts and stuff?
I'm on the Facebook, yeah.
Oh, on the Facebook.
On
nice.
the Facebook.
All right, so here's the deal. We didn't prepare for a third question, but
I got-
Steve's
I got
got
one.
one for you. All right, so
I got-
here we
I got
go.
one.
If you answer
heard
this
you
question... Go ahead. What were we saying?
I heard you guys were releasing a Bathhouse Blonde. I was looking to see like what information you guys had about that.
Go ahead.
Like the beer or the location?
The beer.
Yes.
The beer is going to be released at Point Lookout Clam Bar on the 6th at 7 p.m. That's this Friday.
We're bringing about
crap.
30 something cases. Anything that is not sold will be at Freeport Beverage the next morning by 9 a.m.
Or on tap at Lithology Brewing Company, 211A Main
there you
Street,
go.
Farmingdale,
Yeah, as
New
soon
York.
as right now the inlet IPA is on, as soon as that goes, we're putting the Bathhouse Blonde on.
Yes.
All right, so
All
we
right,
got
you
a
said
question.
Point-
Go ahead. Point Lookout.
It's Point
Point
Lookout.
Lookout Clam Bar.
Yes,
Yeah.
Point
Okay,
Lookout
I'll be
Clam
there.
Bar. It just renovated. It opened April 20th.
yeah.
So it's
Awesome.
it's ready to go. It's gonna be an
Lavender.
awesome time. So
That's
looking
what-
forward to
that
seeing
was what
you.
was new.
Yes.
Yeah, you too.
All right, so hold on. We got a question for you. Go ahead, Steve.
Okay, all right. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. Question is, how much merch does Jones Beach Brewing Company have? And I'm just joking. That is not the question.
That's not the question.
That is not the question. I'm just fucking with the boys. And the answer though for that would have been a lot.
Not enough.
No,
Not enough.
if you were listening in,
Jones Beach Sox, I'm
what
calling it.
was the original? What was the first beer released by Lithology Brewing?
Whoa. I don't think she was listening, but
Okay.
take a guess.
Yeah, take a guess.
We take a wild guess.
What style?
Okay.
I don't know, a lager. A light lager.
That was close.
Can we give it to her? No.
That was very close.
we
that
can-
was very close.
Do you remember any sort of it? Like, can you just guess at a name?
Oh my god, I have no idea.
Yeah.
I know.
Tell me.
But you can't go, Joe. You didn't. You said you couldn't go to AC Beerfest. We would have given you
No,
a
I can't
softball.
go.
I know. All right, here's the deal. You were very, very close. Closer than 7.5 and 9 on
Yes.
the other guys' guesses. So we're going to put you on the wheel. We got a couple people on the wheel, and so you have a very good chance of winning the tickets. We're going to spin the wheel after the show tonight, and we will contact you via Instagram. And what you're on, I saw you on Instagram before. So what is your handle, really quick?
It's at the C-Shar, TheCiChar.
CHR. Got it. All right, so we'll look you up, and we will let you know if you win.
All right, thank you.
Thanks for calling
Thank
in.
you.
Thank you for calling.
Bye, guys.
Later.
Bye.
All right, before there's another call, we got one more question.
Yes.
What is that one beer you would love to have if you went to a restaurant? It could be anywhere around the world at any time. What would be that beer you'd be like, I want to have that beer? Manny.
I said it before. The Sweet Action.
Sweet Action, okay.
That was
All right.
actually when it was.
Was that
before
for
it
all
changed
three of the
formula.
questions?
Yes.
No, Manny.
He had it
No,
lined up.
that was before it changed formula. I would say now, and it's the
And-
Founders
but it could be that
All-Day
one.
IPA.
Okay.
Like if
That's
I
a good
see
one.
that and I'm like, you know what, that's
Yeah.
just a solid.
Yeah.
That's a solid. I
We
like
get-
that kind of IPA.
We get
I
a
don't
lot
like New
of
England.
we
For
get a
sure.
lot of Sierra Nevada Pale Ales
Yep.
for several, like for the 1 and 3 question.
Yeah.
People are like, oh yeah, that one I had was Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, or they say now, yeah, I just want that.
But I have
Chris.
been like, hold on.
Trying to figure out if
Don't
I'm having,
you say
I'm
hold
trying to
on.
figure out if I'm having Steak.
The correct answer is Utica Club.
Joe, I was about to say I have a couple Uncle Charlie's in my fridge because thanks to
Joey, how
mead works?
Kevin
Procured.
Kevin gave me some. It showed up in my brew fridge. I'm like, who gave me this?
Oh.
Kevin's like, "Did you get
Joey, how many
Charlie's?"
did you bring back with you?
I didn't bring any back, but I got loaded up with 4 cases, and then.
And then they were gone that weekend. Okay.
Yeah.
They're
Literally,
supposedly
they were
distributing.
Bro, you really...
They're going to distribute here apparently.
I can't see why not.
I
Because
was up
it
in
would
Syracuse
fucking
area.
be gone in a heartbeat.
yeah.
Heartbeat.
I was up in the Syracuse area just this past week, and I was looking for it. I went to Beer World, and I couldn't find it.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the
Beer World?
ABV?
That's exactly.
What's
they
the
didn't have it.
ABV of that beer?
Low, 4.9,
Because it doesn't
4.6.
say it on the can.
No. I'm
Which
sure
I
if you
thought
look
it was
down
illegal.
If you look down Untapped, I'm sure.
But like,
it'll be
are
on
they
there.
grandfathered in?
But
because,
no,
like, it was
there you'll
it's like a beer that came out right after.
you'll see
Prohibition.
several breweries that
Charlie
don't
brewed it, by
actually
the way.
put-
Charlie from 1940s actually brewed that
He
beer.
brewed that back in the Civil War. Yeah. Sorry, Charlie.
It was in a
Man, you
can.
gotta look at the bottom, cross your eyes, stare really hard, and then look at the wall.
Yeah,
and then it shows
there
up.
it goes.
Chris, what's that? Chris, what would be that one beer?
I think I'm just gonna go with the A-frame, just because.
No, you can't. You can't be a beer from where you brew.
Yes.
Oh, that's a
Sorry.
good. Yeah, I
And
like
you can't kiss Manny's ass.
Yeah. And
You still have to pay your rent.
All right.
tell him, Joey. Tell him, brother.
Joe, you already make me pay a lot of other things too. All right, so I'm gonna go with Barrier's Money because
Nice.
I
yeah, I like Money.
restaurants.
I like it. I like it.
By the way, really quick, Butch 618 checking in on
Butchie,
Instagram.
my boy.
Says Pete's Wicked Winter would
Yes.
be that one beer.
That's a good one.
That is a good one. It's
That's a
old
good
school
one.
too, man. I feel
Randy.
Well, when Manny was saying the styles before, I'm big lager, pilsner, golden or blonde ale.
Okay.
So I love buying, like, I guess what are they, 18 packs, 12 packs of Kona. Big Wave.
Big
Ooh,
Wave.
Big Wave.
Yeah, Kona's good.
All day, every day.
That's
yeah.
my
Kona
my
Big Wave is my
my barbecue beer.
Yeah.
I'll have Coronas for the average folk, and then
For the motherfuckers, stay out of my fridge.
yeah,
the Big Wave, man.
No, it's not for the people that stay at my fridge. It's the people that complain when they get there saying there's no like beer that they know.
No,
and I go, you don't know Kona Big Wave? There's commercials
Yeah,
on the Super Bowl. Like, come on, you don't know Kona?
All I know is, and I'm gonna.
It's an easy drinking beer.
I think the majority of you guys probably do this shit. If I have like a lot of people over my house for barbecue, there's one cooler.
Oh yeah. I
For
definitely have
them.
a secondary
Yeah.
cooler.
And then there's
But yours is offset from the grill.
bro, it's
Yeah.
in the
Right there.
shed.
Yes.
It's in the shed because
everybody.
Auxiliary
because they
cooler.
won't by accidentally open it up and be like, oh, let me drink all these Sloop juice bombs, or let me. Oh, what do you got there? Henny toppers? I'm gonna drink all those motherfuckers.
That's my
on you.
per diem. You don't
Yeah,
get your hands on
yeah,
that.
yeah.
No one gets their hands on the my per diem. That is exactly what happens at any craft beer lovers barbecue. They'll have the common folk stuff that, and in my opinion, it's not because they'll drink mine, but it's because they don't want mine, and they'll be like, "Where's the regular beer?" Mine is still tucked away. I'll have one or two of those Konas because I know some of my buddies will travel into the regular person's beer cooler and they'll be like, "Oh, what's this? Nice, good." I'll have some Montauk's in there.
And
I know, Joe. I'm sorry. I'll have some the Five Boroughs.
I was just gonna not say anything. That's fine.
That's a good man there,
Juicy
right there.
IPA. I'll have stuck in there somewhere. Just a couple of those, middle of the
Joe,
road.
it's just Utica. That's all you drink,
Joe.
What?
Joe.
Do you have any other?
No, I'm
favorite
out
style?
of Utica. It doesn't last so long.
No, but
if I share my Utica Club with you,
No.
that's how you know we're friends.
That's not. I understand it. So we're not friends.
If you hang out,
You shared a steamer with me, bro.
I did.
Oh, we were friends.
And that
Cleveland
sounds
steamer?
that sounds wrong.
You shared a Cleveland steamer with you?
Sharing is caring.
Joe,
The last time I shared a Cleveland steamer.
Joe,
You
besides,
know what a bully I could be? We should probably stop this right now.
Yeah,
No,
probably,
don't worry.
probably.
what other style do you like besides that?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you.
What's my favorite beer in the world?
Yeah,
the whole
Joe.
world.
Yeah, Joe. What is that
Coming
one
from a
beer?
mead guy.
And
Coming
it could
from a
be
mead
from
guy.
from any year, any time, anywhere. What's that one beer that you would say?
I mean,
oh,
I'm always average here in Nevada Pale Ale, but if you ask me what my favorite beer in the world is,
yes.
it's obviously the best beer ever created, Cantillon St. Lanvinus.
Oh shit!
Best beer. It's the best beer ever created.
You drink
See
with your
now,
pinky up.
I really dig Fafone. That's
Okay.
like, that's my
I'm looking at a bottle of that right now.
Fafone. But yeah,
Yeah. I have 3 foods left. I got a couple St. Lambs. I got some lambics.
This guy.
Nice.
This guy, fancy man with his fancy stuff.
I just stocked up on. I got 8 Westy 12s.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love that beer.
Oh my God, so good.
Do we get
Maybe
over?
one day I'll come back into the studio and I'll bring a lambic for you guys to share.
There you go. And we won't throw food at each other. That
No,
time.
yeah, we won't do bad things to each other like we
That
did
was
last
a-
time.
Yeah, that was a terrible idea.
It was still
good.
fun. We had fun. It was
funny
good.
You guys
show.
were having like pickle races on the wall?
No.
No, we were actually throwing food at each other, seeing who could catch it in their mouth, and you had to bet on it.
Oh.
Who?
wish I was
Will Steve catch this
Yeah.
fucking chicken nugget?
Like
in his
hibachi chefs?
Yes.
Bro, yeah.
Firing at each other?
Shit, we should have done hibachi. We should have just done like ching 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 pong and then, like threw
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That would have been brilliant.
Yeah,
Damn
well.
it, we missed out on that one. Did you finish out the 3 questions? And
I think Randy was on the last one.
Kona.
That's it?
Is
Just,
one is
Kona was the last one.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Joe, I'm going to open up the phone lines because we only got about 15 minutes left for people to call in to win tickets to AC Beerfest. Joe, if you know anybody that wants them, give them a quick text and tell them to call into the show, and they have a chance to get on the wheel to win AC Beerfest tickets June 5th down in Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Baderfield.
130 breweries plus Newfound Glory and 4 Year Strong playing live.
Unreal. And
Thanks, Joe.
Newfound Glory is going to just be playing all like the movie, the movie.
see, but you want when I'm actually
great.
more excited about
Yeah, what?
is fucking Brooklyn Emo Night.
Yeah, I know. We got tickets.
We do.
We got VIP tickets.
VIP tickets.
Where's
VIP
Brooklyn Emo Night?
Yeah.
So-
Have you ever heard of this?
No.
All right.
The staircase.
So great. So there's an actual company that it's called Brooklyn Emo Night.
Two
And
kids
it
from
sta-
Brooklyn.
It started at the Brooklyn
Started
Bowl,
under a
Uh-huh.
staircase.
and that too, and they go everywhere, and it's actually trademarked. That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
They trademarked it, and they go everywhere. And all they do is play the top emo pop punk songs that everybody sings to.
Yeah.
Like original emo pop punk.
Yes.
Yeah, like-
Not like
Yeah.
this day and age. Emo.
No,
it's not Machine Gun Kelly and Avril.
I was gonna
Lavigne.
say,
no.
No Mod Sun, no
Yeah.
Ian Dior,
Good,
none of
good.
that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would be
As
down
far as
for
I
that.
know,
No.
Taking
the
Back
last
Sunday.
one. The last one I went to. Let's see. They did Fall Out Boy. They did.
Blink.
They did. Blink. Taking Back Sunday.
Oh, that was
What else did?
Yeah,
they?
I mean, you could just name them all, but the key thing is here, and a lot of these, that they have, they have some of the bands come in and
Yes.
spin and then
Yeah.
karaoke
What?
sing
Yeah, bro.
while it's going on. Like, they'll just surprise you with, here's Jordan from freaking Newfound Glory, and he'll
Yeah.
just come out and sing like
Yeah.
2 or 3 songs.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. And you never know who it's going to be. They keep it completely secret. You have
Yeah.
no idea. So Movie Life, by the way, is playing Friday night. We can't go to that because it's like one of the opening bash ceremony thing. Movie Life is going to play. I have a feeling, though, he's going to stay, and he's the one that's going to come
Could
out
be.
the next night.
Because they did say,
Yeah.
we have a surprise. We might have some surprise artists.
And you're going to have multiple. Like
Oh,
Ryan
yeah.
Key from Yellow Card comes out, and we'll do a set.
That'd be
and
awesome.
Because Ryan Key's in Newfound Glory, by the way. Or at least was for a very long
yeah.
time. I don't know if he still is, but he was for a very long time. So there's a lot of big names that come out there in that scene. To win tickets, 516-465-3990. The phone lines are open. It's on our Instagram and our YouTube right now. Sorry, it's on not our Instagram, but our Facebook and our YouTube. And again, people on Instagram, 516-465-3990. And Mary is saying that it's emo night every night that she bartends. So there you
Yeah,
go.
Mary.
That's her
Yeah,
favorite
Mary.
soundtrack. We also she had hosted a trivia night. It was an
Emo-
emo trivia
I
night.
did see that
And
post,
we
yeah.
recently had a artist that was like really into like it was like 90s playlists. Like he played.
Was
a
it
bunch
Frank?
of it. Yes,
Yeah,
Frank.
Frank
Oh,
played
yeah.
at Sand City this
he
weekend
played,
at the Springfest in Lyndhurst.
Sand City.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
We're having trivia night this Thursday.
Before we
Yeah.
run out of some time
So
here.
this is the boom boom last stop. Steve's question.
No, this
No,
is
Steve's done with questions.
no. This is
the
this is Bing Bong.
Oh,
No.
yo, Joe Biden.
I want to get into this because listen,
Yes, that's what I want to know.
I've had this before. I've had this
I have
before.
not.
I know, but I have.
not.
And for me,
What is this?
this
It's
is
the JI IPA.
The
Inland
JI.
I
IPA.
make a quick plug at what
Yeah,
we
go.
did recently.
Yeah, yeah.
So just a shout out.
because
You got-
previous to
you
this we
still got-
haven't.
you got- you got
this
time
is-
for plugs.
This is. I was gonna say this is post the new batch of the beer officially legal to sell.
Yeah.
it's important to us. We're the first to call out on the side of here a tide chart.
instead of the date.
And
I
that's
saw
very
that.
important.
That's pretty
It's
cool.
very important.
I
for
didn't take a look at the artwork yet.
dredging project.
That's fucking cool.
New York State had some money allocated since 2014 to dredge the inlet.
Yep.
It's less than a foot sometimes at high tide. There's
Yep.
been multiple accidents, a couple of deaths in the last couple of years. So we're trying to call awareness. And it's very hard to time it up. Manny's been very helpful in this. Like, you might want to put 3 months instead of 2. So as far as like, and we just want people to know, like, this is a safe passage for travel. Garmin took it off their GPS, so that's how bad it's getting. A lot of legal issues.
Wow.
Yeah.
We don't know how much we could make an impact, and if we can, this is what
So
we're
the
trying
reason
to
it's
do.
the JI, it's the JI
Jones
buoy.
Inlet.
It's the JI buoy.
The Jones Inlet IPA.
Now, why haven't the Army Corps of Engineers gone
have.
in there?
They have,
but
and
it doesn't matter. The tides are so rough that it's pushing.
I don't want to speak out of turn, but
Yeah.
definitely at like the Jones Beach Power Squadron, we've had officers from the different Coast Guard auxiliaries come in and talk about what's going on, why it's going on, what they're trying to do. And then they're trying their best too. So people are mad at them as well. It's a little bit of a tug of war.
Like you please one person, you get mad at you make him like if you dredge to make the boaters safe, now you're upsetting the fluke and the flounder
you gotta
on the
understand
bottom of the
fluke and
ocean.
flounder with the horseshoe crabs.
Yeah.
Like we're all about that too.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're working with the state as far as the great nature park that they have when you get off the exit right there by the boat. By the
West End beaches.
Yes,
By the Coast Guard.
You know
By
what,
the
you
Coast
guys?
Guard
With the
station.
fishing pier.
I'm going to give
Fishing
you
pier.
guys something to you might want to look into, and or get in touch with. Get in touch with the Sea-Tuck organization.
Okay.
They're very, very big on conservation. I've done for years. We did Bats and Brews.
Great festival.
But right now,
Love
one
that
of the
bit.
big things they're doing is horseshoe crab
great.
preservation.
Oh, that's
So you might want to get in touch with them.
And where are they located at?
They're out of East
Save-
Islip.
Okay, so
that's perfect.
There was one place because I got my MBA at Malloy, and there was one place on Long Island at the time for the last 4 years that did horseshoe crab preservation, especially getting them back into the wild after they were pulled out. Was in West Sayville called CIRCOM, and they do a great job.
it's a laboratory that does research.
Outside of
I
that, we work
actually
outside-
just saw something about
CIRCOM.
that.
And outside of them, we work with the Westland Institute in Delaware. That's one of the biggest places in Delaware
For
where they help
horseshoe
out with
crab
horseshoe crabs.
preservation.
And we try to help out the Atlantic East Coast area for that.
Yeah,
So it's one of our big ones.
Sea-Tuck is very big with
We
this.
would love to totally talk to them
they
about that.
they do so many things with.
Steve, I definitely would like that information.
It's they're great guys over there too, and everything they do is to help preserve what we have. Like they do tidal pools. Like they have a whole big seminar and have people come and help with tidal pools. They just got rid of I don't know how many dams to help with spawning of herring that come up. Out of the ocean, they come up into our local estuaries.
Yeah.
And that's where they grow before, so they don't get eaten by everything out in the, out in the bay or out in the ocean. They also did a big thing with otters. Otters are actually becoming a population here on Long Island, and they were having problems. They couldn't get from one place to another to get to water, so they would go over roads and get run over.
That's
So
terrible.
now they're getting rid of these dams or building things that they could climb
Okay.
and stay in the water. So these guys are great.
Yeah, we totally want to
I'll
check that
definitely
out.
when
You
we
gotta
get
make
off
that
air,
connection,
I'll
for
give you
sure.
the info.
I didn't mean to take
You
it on
were
a segue
asking- you
with
were
the
asking
time.
about it, though?
But Mia, more importantly, what is this? What was your idea behind this beer? What did you want it to
Kraus
be?
in the house on Insta. Sorry. Yeah, I
our-
wanted to say so I had the first relatively first iteration of this, and it was good. This has definitely been a 100% upgrade.
Yep.
You dialed it in. You nailed exactly what you were trying
This
to do.
is our flagship. We've been brewing it now for 4.5 years. With joining Lithology and learning all the legal stuff, it's the New York Farm Brewers license. We had to tweak certain things, certain grains, and certain hops.
different hops.
We tried, this hop matches this one to get to where we wanted to be. And
You also tried a new hop. You tried the Excelsior in
Excelsior,
this one. Right?
Yes.
Excelsior.
Yeah.
So we have Excelsior, Cascade, and Centennial hops in this, and our goal was when the questioner asked, "What was that beer that got you into the craft world?" For me, though, I wanted a toned down IPA that's clean and crushable. I didn't want the overload with the
Juicy.
hops.
Right.
I didn't want the juicies and the hazies.
Had a lot of
You want the
wanted-
bitterness.
I wanted this.
Yeah.
I mean, I like classic IPAs.
So
Yeah.
what we
Those
said
go
in
to my
an
head.
our intro was this is an approachable IPA for somebody that's like, hey, can I try this craft
We,
brewing world?
we meet a lot of guys that say, I don't like IPAs, but I like this.
Here's
and
what I
that's
think.
what we purposely try to approach.
I like that you didn't just go all in and say this is a New England IPA,
Right.
Because
Thank
people
you.
will do that, and I don't necessarily feel like that's the mark that this is going to hold. This has that amber feel. This has the bitterness, not the juiciness. This is classic IPA for sure.
It's for me. It's in between classic IPA and West Coast.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's
Which is
in-
one of my favorites at Lithology.
encroaching
it's-
west, but it's not over the
thank you.
top,
It's
piney
got-
or anything like that.
Well, the color right off the bat.
Yes, the color, but not
That nice
not
amber.
The hop profile. Tell me about the Excelsior. You're knowledgeable about this. What was the profile on the Excelsior?
I'm actually not really knowledgeable. This
would be like an
introduced it to me.
question for MJ,
Okay.
our brewer. He
Well, to-
specifically picked it because
Yeah,
of,
and to to Manny's point is that we introduced it to them because I don't want to say, are we on the same license? You have farm brewer license?
Yeah, we do.
Right. I mean,
It's a good thing you
hold
checked
on.
that now. All right.
Wait, can we use this?
And that was actually
That's
my-
why I'm
my-
allowed to
no,
have you
but-
as a.
Well, no.
My
So
next
just-
question was going to be: are you guys using New York State?
Well, so those
Yes.
are some
Yeah,
adjustments.
they are.
Those
So-
are some
so to be
adjustments
really
we wanted.
transparent-
We had a meeting and they were about to start, and I was like, "Hey guys, do you guys know like?"
Yeah, you can't do
they
this.
sent us their recipe, and we're like, you have to
Citra
find these-
Mosaic
Just a
Galaxy.
reminder,
Yeah.
you have to find a substitute
Citra,
to this.
Citra,
So
Citra.
MJ, their other brewer, Matt Jones, which just so happens to
Ironically,
have
Matt Jones,
last
Jones Beach.
name Jones Beach, but he looked it up and he said that Excelsior matched the other hops that they used
Yeah.
to use in this.
Okay.
So as close as it could.
Yeah,
Right.
it's pretty
And-
close to what I remember.
Well, you know
this,
what's
but I
great
think
about
it's
it
just a-
too is like obviously doing 5-gallon buckets in the firehouse back deck. You can't
In all
you
types
can't do
of weather.
temperature control.
Yeah.
You can't do CO2 control, anything like that. So
one time we
Total
brewed the old IPA on the
Oh,
back
I get
deck.
jealous of their system a little bit because they have a uni tank that's jacketed.
Oh, really?
And I do not. I have fermenters that are Bubba tanks, and I have to climate
Break 'em
control in the fermenting room. So their beer finishes a lot quicker than mine, and I'm jealous of that.
That's pretty
you
cool.
know.
Well,
But it's
we-
good because then I'd be like, oh, okay, that can be.
So
produced.
Centennial to me is that classic hop that reminds me of those West Coasty IPAs, but it's not over the top. It's not hitting you. So that Excelsior is a good balance to that.
We had at our can release a board
Yeah.
for when people came in and they were coming to the Helm restaurant and they're ordering our beer because everybody was coming obviously specifically for the can release. We had a full summary and
What it is,
what
they're
it is,
about
so
to
we don't
drink.
have to keep saying it every day. So
But believe it or
they're
not,
calling it the board.
that night it rained, and then when I put the sign in the house, all the letters dragged differently, so you can't read it anymore. And I was like, "That's a
so
recap of the night."
the more you had, you could decipher.
Well, that's a recap of like brewing.
Right, exactly.
Right? There's always something going to go wrong.
Right.
Like we can't even get into the stories of their first brews, like what happened.
Oh my gosh!
Well,
I was
hold
gonna
on.
squirrel through shoot
Real
through a
quick,
line.
yeah, real quick. I always said to them, I was like, brewing
Putting
is just
out
like putting
fires.
out fires all the time. I was like, you guys know this, you know how to brew this, but like, there's always something going to go wrong because they're like, oh, we only need 6 to 8 hours. Don't worry, we're not going to
Yeah.
go overtime. I'm like, you don't understand?
Terrible.
Something's going to run. First time, it snowed before they were supposed to
Right.
brew. So they
That was
couldn't
that
set-
was that 20
they couldn't
Manny's
set
snow.
their.
Poor
We have a
Manny's
hot liquor.
shit.
We have a
Manny's
hot
on the
water on
roof.
demand. So the hot water on demand wasn't turning on
Yes.
because it was covering the vent.
He's
So I
on
had
the
to
roof
jump on
shoveling
the
out the
roof.
vent.
Get the fuck out!
Yeah,
So
I had to
he's like,
run on the
Randy,
roof.
Randy, get a ladder, and I'm
Yeah.
like
'Cause
holding
they're
him
like,
up.
what are we gonna do? We're not gonna brew.
And he's like the Santa Claus, Tim Allen, just climbing up, hanging off the top.
Pick up my soup, put this on. You
Yeah,
become
yeah.
the brewer of Lithology.
You take over, MC. You take over.
Carved it in very small
So
font.
brew day,
Can you take balloons to the face?
Yeah.
brew day one. The hot, the direct heat wasn't going, so he had to hop on the roof, shovel,
Yeah.
and then everything started working. It was like a 2-hour delay. Brew day 2.
Hold on, I'll tell. Is this the squirrel?
Squirrel.
3. That was 3.
Oh, it's 3.
Rascal
Oh.
little
So brew
squirrel.
day 2, we kind of messed up, put a little bit too much water in. We had to boil off for
2 hours. Two and a half hours. Yeah.
Yeah. So we learned a little bit about that. And then brew day 3, everything's fine.
Oh,
We're having a perfect brew
Oh,
day.
this is the-
I'm like, I'm going home at 12.
This is where the electrician gets
Yeah.
out.
Oh, Chris,
All right,
yes.
good. I'm sorry. I'll say-
And then
Stop ruining it, Chris.
I know, he's just yelling. As we're transferring into boil, all the power goes out in the brewery.
No, not all of it. Half the power's working.
Okay.
And
Oh,
I'm
no.
like, what the fuck? So like,
Squirrel fried himself on the
I
transformer.
go, so not only on the transformer, what happened was, so I'm like checking all the phases. I call PSC&G, and it's not good when you tell them you're an electrician because they like
Oh,
they
yeah.
like don't come as fast. So I'm like, I don't know, something's not working. Like only like some of the lights work, so you need to get here quick. And they're like, oh, we'll send somebody in 8 hours. I'm like, no, you don't understand.
8 hours.
We own a business. You need to get
We're
here.
in the middle of transfer
the
to board.
squirrel chewed on one of the phases at the connection, and the light the he didn't even fry himself. It was just gone. Like the wire
Wow.
just wasn't.
So then
touching
across
anymore.
the street, Meatball Place had a new flavor. No, I'm just
Yeah. So
Christmas ball.
So I was like, guys, don't stop
Sorry,
though. Like
Meatball
they were in the
Place,
middle
I
of
love you.
Sparge. So we got a bunch of extension cords and found the phase that worked.
Oh, shit.
And
Yeah.
plugged in thing. The PSC&G guy comes.
this is
I want to
great.
go. I want to like make him get there faster to go where he wants. He goes in the back, and I go, no, I think the problem's in the front.
In the front on the street.
There's
On the
only
street
one
side.
phase thing. And what is this?
Mind
thing?
you, I show up, I sit down, I don't know what's going on. Man, I can see Manny's like pissed.
I got it.
It's our brew day, and the guy goes, "Who's the rocket scientist that told me that?"
The PSC&G guy he has his helmet on like this. He has his helmet like dangling off with like suspenders, big fat gun. He's like, all right, who's the rocket scientist that
Yeah, 'cause
blew
he got mad. No, he got mad that I was telling him his job.
That's all you
But
had to
I didn't
tell
tell him I
Manny.
was an electrician. Like I already tested everything, so I'm like, no, you don't even have to go downstairs. The problem's out front.
Yeah.
And he's just like, who's the rocket scientist? He goes downstairs. He tests everything. He's like, I think I gotta go up front. I'm like,
Yeah.
Mike,
at the same
that's all you-
time. I was
that's
like,
all
these
you-
guys got beer.
Mind
They
you,
need to get it ready.
That's all you need from us because our
crying
group of
and
friends
laughing.
chirp and like we make it a purpose to like get under your skin. So we're looking at Manny like,
So Manny's like, I hate this guy from PSC&G.
guy.
And we're just like, just please get the power back because we had a flawless brew day. We
Well,
ended
if
up
our computer
finishing.
shuts off because they're out back listening,
Yeah.
we're going to have a bit of an issue. Really quick, a bunch of people on Instagram still here. We're going to go a few minutes over. Keep the phone lines open. 516-465-3990. Your chance to get on the wheel to win AC Beerfest tickets June 5th. From 12 to 4 down in Atlantic City, New Jersey, 130 breweries, and of course, Newfound Glory.
I'm also
and
throwing in
For Your
a large T-shirt
Boom, throwing in
and a
Lithology
silly pint.
like it. So
Does
price pack,
silicone pint?
overall price pack, love it. So those phone lines are open, 516-465-3990. We have a few people on the wheel. You can have really good odds, probably 5-1 odds at this point on getting those tickets. So give a call in really quick. I want to give you guys,
Real quick, you were asking about the Excelsior. What the
Yeah.
tasting notes are: the aroma of mango, lychee, floral, and sweet fruits.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
Nice.
so I get a little bit of that too. Yeah.
And those are New York State hops.
yes.
yeah. That's awesome.
And it's an
I mean,
awesome sticker that they get you, like when you go to the New York State Hop Guild. Like
Yeah.
the Excelsior sticker is sick.
Yeah.
Love it.
So let's talk about the future. What do you have a contract length right now between you guys, or is it just ongoing month to month?
I don't want to speak out of turn here, but they've been
Awesome.
I
You
don't think-
always
I don't-
speak out of
I
turn.
don't think we would never not work with them in any capacity.
Yeah, we really liked them a lot.
And I think
All 9 of you like
Whoa.
Manny.
you know what was great about?
I mean, what's not to like?
Well, 8 out of 9.
8 out of 9. All right. It's good odds. Good
I don't
odds.
know about Doug.
Yeah.
Doug hit his head. Doug hit his head.
I would.
Manny likes guys that wear 2 different size socks.
There you go.
So no, that said, I mean, like Manny was they're so cool with this.
We don't have
They
to
know-
answer the question, we don't have a set time with them. I mean, the
They
goal
want
of our
us to
alternating
move. They want us
proprietorship
to
is
grow.
that if we do well, we're teaching, we're giving them a space to brew at, and we want them to do well because then we do well, right?
Yep.
So, and then other people could see like, oh, maybe that's where I want to stay.
Right.
I mean, we start, right? So the idea is like if somebody else is looking for an alternating proprietorship and they ask like, oh, hey, I saw Jones Beach grew to this huge brewery and like they started with you, like, so that's kind of the idea. It's just another, it's a revenue stream that I don't know why I would say no if it works well. Now, if all of a sudden 8 months from now we're on this podcast and we're screaming at each other and like,
Well, no,
I'm like,
in
it's
all
alternating
seriousness-
proprietorships.
listen, in all seriousness, like it's more for us not stepping on anybody's toes or getting in the way. That's the biggest thing to us. Like, like they want us to be successful, but like more importantly, we don't want to get in their way. And like I think there's that it's one of those things you find in people when you meet them and you want to work on the same team. That like regardless,
Yeah, we're
of ego,
we're going to be
regardless
doing
of-
a collab
yeah,
together.
Nice.
exactly.
Oh, that's perfect. I
we've
mean,
been
might as well.
talking-
You're in the same space, right? At this
Yeah,
point.
we were like, so for our 6th-year tasting room anniversary, we're gonna we're on July 16th as the party, and we're gonna release. We're gonna do a sour together.
Nice.
Because Brian and MJ were like, we've never done sours, and we're like, we'll do it. We'll do one again. I mean, people like fucking sours, right? Until they don't, right?
Until they don't.
Right. So, but
Until it's not fancy anymore.
yeah. So we're gonna maybe use the Renegade yeast from Lithology, the in-house yeast that we have.
Yeah.
And I think we're gonna use passion fruit. It's gonna be passion fruit, agave, sour.
Ooh, that sounds
Yeah,
delicious.
kettle sour, because I don't want to destroy it.
No, yeah, kettle sour is the way to go,
You know.
buddy.
All right, so we're going to say goodbye to Instagram really quick because they're dead to
Bye,
me.
Instagram.
And
Bye, guys.
what we're going to do is start wrapping up here. I mean, I want you to give you guys some
Plugs?
time to give some plugs, of course.
Were you raising your hand?
Everything
No,
and
no, I was just going
everything
like this.
that you guys can have. We'll start with you, Manny, because I know
I got a list.
I didn't get a chance to talk about the Nostalgia
That's a real
podcast.
picture. I thought they were lying.
That's it. He was wearing it.
He was wearing a sock.
Tucker with the socks.
The fucking
Tucker.
Socks.
Dude, Tucker's a great guy.
Yeah, he's
Great
all
guy.
right.
He's a character. If there
He's
should be
this-
a cartoon
he-
character
you know what
in
he
Jones
is?
Beach Brewing Company, it's Tucker.
you know, Mike,
There
you know,
is one.
you know who he
It's
is?
the SPF 40.
Tucker
beer.
is the Steve McKenna.
Oh, nice.
So we have a beer
I
that
like
we have a beer that we did as a homebrew called
Yeah.
the SPF 40. It was a 40 ounce, and it looks like
SPF 40.
it looks like the copper tone girl, but it's Tucker.
But it's Tucker.
raggedy with a girl
With
his
a
ass.
dog grabbing
I'll
it.
show you the pictures. It's
That's
hilarious.
fantastic.
SPF 40.
You guys have all the great ideas because you've been saving it up for 4 or 5 years now.
100%.
You're ready to go. I mean, what's next on the horizon for you guys? What's the next brew on the
Oh,
schedule?
I got skipped over?
Well,
Well,
no,
you close it
no,
out.
I'm just
You
kidding.
close it out.
Yeah, yeah, all right.
You are
You're
gonna
the
close
big
it
dog.
out.
You're the big bro.
So I believe the next brew on the schedule is we are going to do the Pencil Pilsner.
That's correct.
Ah,
The Pencil Pilsner.
something a little different. You had another beer. What was the other beer that we had a few years ago?
The Ride Awake Wheat.
The wheat. That's
Well,
right.
because the fire department, the company that we were in,
Mm-hmm.
is Engine Company Wide Awakes.
Okay.
Right, every fire department has their different nickname.
Right.
So it was Wide Awakes because they're up all hours of the day, ready for any call.
First due.
So we paid homage to them for allowing us to brew at their firehouse.
Right.
And one of our home brews was the Ride Awake because we're a nautical themed brewing
Right.
company.
Makes
so
sense.
the Ride Awake wheat.
That's a great idea.
So that was the Ride Awake wheat and the.
I love when you smile when
Yes.
you talk about the names.
says
Like you
it.
get so joyful of like telling what like the inner story of each name.
Oh,
is.
great,
man.
The right away.
It was like we were designing T-shirts and
because of that
names
pencil that you drive by. It's great.
because everybody knows the pencil.
So Pencil Pills is going to take 6 weeks. Are we going 6 weeks, 8 weeks? What are we
Probably
doing?
about a 7 week. If you're doing it right, 8.
MJ's
obviously.
trying to make it ready within like 7
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
less because like then it's gonna interfere in their like.
Yeah, but
brew
funny thing
schedule.
about MJ, he's gonna
But they're
do it
gonna be-
right. He's gonna do it right.
Yeah,
He's
he is.
challenging us to do it right.
Yeah, he wants to do
So
it
we're
right, and
challenging him to get it out,
you guys are gonna
challenge
start contracting.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
the-
we're contracting the JIPA. We just have the fermenters are filled right now with blonde. We brewed Sunday
Nice.
and today. So the blonde's gonna
So
be
you're going to
ready.
do your release Friday, and then you're just going to crank it out for the next few weeks.
Yeah.
You know what's great too? That having them there is the first time the malt man showed up. So then I got to see like what I need to be
John-
ready for
I
when
watched
we're
the
ready to
podcast when John was
when
here.
we're ready
Yeah.
to do it.
John is one of the most awesome people going.
He's great.
Great with Maltman and just a great brewer to begin with.
Oh yeah.
Really good guy.
Yeah.
So the future is already laid out. You kind of have the next few months.
Yeah, so we know the next couple beers that we're doing. We have the release. Memorial Day is coming up, so with the contract, and we're gonna have enough supply finally.
One last.
Uh-oh. It's under a private name, too. Oh.
There's also
They lost
Your car insurance, it's one of those.
there's
I'm really
you also
surprised
could
it's not-
find them. We're gonna be doing farmers markets together.
Yes,
Yeah.
Lithology and Jones Beach are teaming up at farmers markets.
Nice.
You'll see us under a tent.
Yes.
Now, what's the
Instead of
give us
competing
the
against
social
each other,
media
we're going
connections,
for a tag
Facebook,
team.
Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff.
Jones Beach Brew is pretty much the
Jones
handle.
Beach Brew on Instagram.
Yeah,
Jones Beach
done.
Brewing
I'm
Company
just-
Facebook.
right.
We have Jones Beach
You
Brewing.
gotta call her in, I guess.
Oh,
yeah.
sorry. I
No,
didn't
it's
hear
okay.
the
No, I'll plow through it. This is the word with Mike Pete and Steve GubsRadio.com. Who do we got on the phone?
Hi, how you doing? I just had a question for Randy.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh boy,
What's up with the Pikachu hat?
that's a great question. I wear the Pikachu hat every brew
Because he wants
day.
you to ask
It
what's
is
up
a
with the
it is a
Pikachu
good it is a good luck charm. I love Pikachu.
Good juju.
Yes, very good
is.
juju. When I didn't wear it on canning day, we had a lot of problems. And Manny
Now
goes,
it's about-
"Hey, Randy, you know what happened?" I'm like, "I didn't wear the Pikachu hat."
Yeah.
That's what it was. But the reason why I have the hat is my wife, who she was my girlfriend at the time. She said, "What do you want for Christmas?" I said, "I want a book that I still haven't read. I want proper 12 because Conor McGregor came out, and 12 is my favorite number."
There you go.
And I said, "I want a crocheted Pikachu hat." And that's what I got for Christmas.
Oh, you fucked that one up, didn't you?
Yeah. Shocking.
And you got what you asked for.
Yeah.
Do you want? Would you?
A good luck charm?
Oh, it's a good luck charm, man.
Yeah.
It is a good luck charm. Thank you for calling.
No problem.
All right, later. All right. Well, that I thought maybe was interested in AC Beerfest, but just wanted to make fun of your Pikachu.
Yeah.
Rib
Friend
you a
of
little
yours.
bit. So you guys, like I said, your contact is out there. You have your blonde bathhouse blonde coming
Bathhouse
out
Blonde,
on
Friday.
Friday at the
Point Lookout Clam Bar.
that's correct, the Clam Bar. And then so you're going to do another release with the pills, or are you just looking to just kind of keep it going, keep the momentum moving?
Might as well, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're having fun. Sold out everything on the first can release.
Yep.
We're hoping. I mean, weather.
I'm sure you.
It's like if you see the Point Lookout Clam Bar
Yeah.
with the pictures right now. Oh my God,
Gorgeous.
I can't imagine this
Yeah,
summer.
but the weather looks terrible coming up.
Yeah,
on
it's
Friday,
like
so
you know what?
Yeah.
Let's. Whatever.
Either
But you
way,
know
we'll
what?
have fun.
It'll also give people an excuse to just go
Then
out.
again, it's Friday.
Exactly.
Right. So
People
it's
need to get out.
kind of like a win-win in a way.
Yeah. So the pencil pills. If MJ likes it and we like it,
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be another can release.
I'm sure there'll be something.
And
there.
we want everybody to come. You guys come host the can release.
Yeah,
That'd be
right
awesome.
here in
You know,
this
like-
room.
Well, I don't know about that. Yeah, you see the big guy that walked by before? That's a whole nother.
We pack it out.
Yeah. Well, if we can pair it up with comedians, we can make something happen. So we'll think about that for the future.
Gotta get
Manny,
Brewer.
I want to give you a few. Names,
Yeah.
The name's Brewer.
Yeah,
so it's
come
gonna be- Manny, let's get some big plugs in here.
Big plugs.
You have them.
All right, so obviously A-Frame is coming soon. Keep an eye out for it. Pineapple Invasion, I don't know if you guys know that is a collaboration that we do with Statfest. Statfest is a music festival ran by the guys from Movers.
Yep.
And they asked us years ago when they first came up with this music festival. They wanted to be like this huge music festival. They wanted a beer. We made a pineapple beer with them. That's coming out. It's just a pineapple blonde that
Cool.
easy drinking. There's gonna be a lot of fun parties behind that. So they usually do a road to Staffest. Staffest is in October. It's gonna be at Shulshack this year, and
At Cedar or at Venetian?
Cedar.
Cedar. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
But they really want to do it at the Restoration Farm.
Oh.
They want to have a 3-day festival.
Really?
Yeah, these guys.
Oh wow.
Killing it. Very young.
All right.
Marketing
Ambitious.
group and stuff. Yeah. Love them. They're gonna be doing some stuff with us actually on. We're doing a halfway to Halloween party on May 14th with them. They're the ones that are selling
That's
the
a great
tickets.
idea. Halfway to Halloween.
I love Halloween.
Everybody does halfway to St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, I love
Why not do
Halloween, and any
Halloween?
reason to get me in a costume. I don't really need that many reasons.
You usually that's at home though with your wife, but we're not going to
I
get
do
into
it
that
anyway.
right now.
I do it anyway.
Get into that.
Manny, are you a
follow on
furry?
Wednesdays.
Are you a furry?
Yeah.
Furry.
But on a big,
Bro,
a big
nice
event that we're
reference.
having that I wanted to talk about was we're having an American Sign Language event, a beer and cheese,
Really?
beer and cheese pairing, May 12th. There's going to be an American Sign Language interpreter there. I should know more sign than I do. I have a deaf sister. My twin
Do you
sister.
really?
I do, and my twin sister teaches American Sign Language in high school.
How do you not? I'm sorry.
I know how to spell it.
Okay,
I know how to
all right.
spell.
So you know your A,
I
B,
just
C,
yeah,
J,
I know
yeah.
that, but
Okay.
my older sister knows how to read my lips, and she's like, "Stop freaking spelling! You're annoying me. It's taking so long."
Yeah.
So she can read my lips, but her husband really can't because she's used to me talking.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mumble, so I don't really move my lips that much. And so she'll have to interpret for me to him, but it's terrible. I just gotta hire my other sister to teach me. But we're having an event, and it's gonna have an interpreter. We're
that's
having
cool.
Slates and Plates Slates and Plates.
Oh, yeah.
Nicole's
They do great. Yeah.
So we're gonna be pairing, and I'm gonna be talking about the beer. She's gonna be talking about the cheese.
By the way, you mentioned Nicole.
Yeah.
This is the word Mike P and Steve GovsRadio.com. Is this Nicole?
Yeah, it is.
You have a deep voice, Nicole.
Yeah, she's in the middle of something, but I'm calling in on her behalf.
Ah, okay. So you want to win tickets to AC Beerfest?
Yes.
Okay, so Steve, he's got a question for you. If you get it right, you're going on the wheel. You have a right now. If you get it right, you have a 1 in 5 chance of winning tickets to AC Beerfest. You can make it June 5th.
Yes.
Excellent.
You have a 1 in 5 chance.
Yes, 1 in 5 chance. All right, so here you go.
Okay.
Steve.
All right. Is Nicole close by?
Yeah, I'll put her on speaker.
Oh, okay.
No, but she's on her computer. She's ready to
no,
Google
it's
search
okay.
it. What is
Hey.
Manny's shoe size?
This is Nicole now.
Hi,
Hey, Nicole, how are
Hi,
you?
Nicole. It's Steve.
Hey.
Okay.
All right.
Steve's got a question for you.
Okay, so Nicole, what was the beer that Barrage Brewing had that was paired with cheeses and beautiful, wonderful meats from your company?
No, that's not Nicole Nash.
Oh, it's not Nicole Nash. Oh, forget it then.
No, I'm a different Nicole.
Oh, sorry,
It
Nicole.
just happened to be Nicole.
Right. That's
Man, I could have had Nicole Nash. So you know what? We're going to change it.
Yeah.
We got another.
I got a question.
Okay.
Oh, Manny's got a
Manny's going
question.
to ask you the question.
What's my
What was the beer, the first beer that Jones Beach brewed with Lithology?
The Inlet IPA.
No, that's our beer.
Not their beer.
The first one.
The first beer when they trained.
For Lithology?
Yeah, and Brian was there.
Beer that is brewed for
Was-
Lithology?
Your husband was there.
The first beer that you made for Lithology.
I'm gonna go with the Pineapple Express. Jesus. Can I go Pineapple
Look at
Express?
He doesn't know. Wow.
He doesn't know.
Oh, my God.
Say anything.
Lost stars.
Well, let's congrats to her.
Just
'cause
say-
they just had a
say-
baby.
say
8
something.
weeks old.
There you go.
8 weeks old.
Was it
Oh, I got it.
it was in Peace Knees?
It was the LB's knees.
Oh, look at this.
You're lying.
Nicole's on the wheel. There you go.
Nicole, just so you know, if you couldn't get that question, I was going to ask you, what is your new baby's name? And if you got it right, you would have won.
Oh, that's cute.
I think I got that one right.
That's good.
All right.
Nicole, are you able to drink? Are you doing a little pump and dump, or what's going on?
Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll make
All
it
right,
work.
good. All right, so
You got enough.
No, I have to know because listen, we're going to send him to a
I know.
drinking fest.
It's great.
And she has a child.
I
want
love
to
the
make sure
Wort.
she's
They're
prepared.
honest.
No, we'll be fine.
trying
But
to
I
be.
do have a question for Randy.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
There
shit.
you go.
There we go.
Randy, why is your favorite number 12?
Oh God, I was gonna
Well,
ask
I mean,
that.
that's very simple. Joe Namath.
Ah,
I have a signed jersey in my room that says "Good luck, Randy."
Broadway Joe.
My grandfather was friends with him. So
I thought it was
cool.
going to be the amount of toes you have.
do I have 12? Yeah,
That's what I heard, bro. I heard there was a room where you had 12 toes.
I gotta borrow Tucker's socks.
Nicole, you're on the wheel. If you win tonight, we will let you know. We will get in contact with you, and we'll send those tickets out to you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nicole.
Have a good one, guys.
You too.
We're going.
Goodbye.
So lots of people on the wheel. I mean, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people on the wheel tonight. 1 in 5 chance. We're going to go ahead and spin that right after we get off air tonight, and we will contact you if you, in fact, are the winners of the AC Beerfest tickets. I want to first thank Randy,
Can
Chris.
I say one more thing?
Yeah, no, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. You weren't done with your plug.
I'll go
No,
one
do
more
it.
thing.
Go.
First of all, we're gonna have a Pride Parade in Farmingdale June 12th.
Let's go.
Okay.
Everybody
Oh,
show up.
really?
Yeah, they moved it from Long Beach to Farmingdale.
I'm sorry, what date?
June 12th.
June.
Nice.
Okay.
See, 12.
There you go.
And May 5th,
yeah.
Lithology is launching a app. Well, it's like our membership, our club membership,
Okay.
and just like kind of finding out what's going on in Lithology.
Oh,
We join with Indulge. INDULJ.
Yep.
You download. You get to find out promos of what's going on. And you also get to just sign up for our mug club that way.
That's
and we're launching it this Friday.
Nice.
I mean, not this Friday. This Thursday, right? May 5th.
Thursday's the
May
5th.
5th.
Thursday's the
It's
5th.
being- it's a really cool app.
Cinco de Mayo.
New company we're working with. And I'm also working things with them with the Long Island Brewers Guild, too. So
I got some exciting stuff coming up with that.
Keep a lookout.
Manny is the
Just
guy.
download the app. Indulge.
And of course, Lithology on Instagram, on
Yes.
Twitter, on Facebook, on
Everywhere.
TikTok.
At
And
Lithology.
TikTok.
And if you're into other podcasts, like Nostalgic Podcasts, at the Nostalgia
Check 'em out.
Test,
I
check it
didn't
out.
get a chance to really talk.
You guys got to come on.
What's the essence of it?
So basically, anything we test anything from our past, and it has to go from 2020 and older.
So it has to hold up. To
And like basically, yeah,
current
like
standards.
it could be anything, like music, a '90s playlist, a movie.
The order of the best Rocky movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
We did a Rocky marathon. I regret that. Like food.
One,
we did
three,
like
four, two,
cookies.
just so you know.
1, 3, 4, 2.
I'm just letting you know.
Not,
No,
not
I'm
bad.
see,
We'll
you were
get to
right
all
there
of
with
them.
me.
Yeah.
You're right there with me.
1, 3,
You're
4,
right there
2
with
is actually.
You're right there
You're
with
1,
me,
3,
and you
4.
got mad at me. You
That's
got
a
mad
good
at me.
one.
1, 3, 4.
Don't
1,
try
3,
to
4 is
backtrack.
not bad.
Don't try to backtrack.
No, 1, 3,
But then
4 is not
Rocky
bad.
Balboa, it didn't hold up.
See,
and then
this
No,
is
I
where
like
it goes.
Rocky Balboa. I like,
Steve,
but anyway,
welcome to the Wort.
This is the.
Are we sleeping here?
This is how it is.
Are we
So then,
sleeping here?
basically, what we do at the end of
Manny
it is
ever
like just
shuts
did it
up,
pass.
maybe.
Yeah, all
So-
right. I like it.
So, anyways, yeah,
Brian,
guys,
you're-
follow us. Follow on TikTok. I get balloons thrown to my face.
Yeah.
and-
Hey,
Guys,
Brian,
come to Main Street in Farmingdale. Lithology. Let's go.
Brian, you're still on the phone. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, I wanted to ask actually Steve a question.
Oh. Go ahead, Steve.
Yes, sir.
Was wondering if there is any barrage beers that we can expect coming out, you know, kind of like those collabs you've been doing, yada,
Yes.
yada, yada. The assault,
Someone has an
you know.
inside tracked information, I think. Yes.
Well, Brian, yes.
Well, Brian, yes.
We had just brewed a beer with 1940s Brewing last weekend called More Nelson, which is an all Nelson Sauvin hop hazy IPA. It's probably going to be released not this coming weekend, the following weekend. It'll be available out of 1940s, and I know it's going to be distributed to a bunch of home distributors. Not sure about other bars or restaurants, but definitely out of 1940s.
Are you going to put on the Barrage Brewing Instagram? Are you
No.
going to just release? No, none of that. Just
No.
so 1940s.
1940s. Follow 1940s, and I'll put it on my own Instagram.
And 1940s
Yeah,
is
yeah.
working with LI brokers also.
Yes.
So that
Yeah.
you could get it delivered to your house.
Yeah. Ooh.
Look at that.
Smart.
LI Beverage Broker.
And
Brian,
then we
order-
might have
order
something
right to your
after
house.
that, but who knows?
Brian, way to tee that up, buddy.
Hey, you know, I love the beer
He
that
loves the
Steve puts
beers.
out, so.
Thank you, bro.
All right, buddy. Listen, we really want to thank you guys for coming in. Randy, Chris, awesome stuff. Manny, I'm glad we got this done.
Finally.
I mean,
Kevin's like, you're in your dreamland. You finally made it on Wort. He's like, why didn't you call in?
you should have called in.
I got bombarded by Jones Beach callers and people asking why his number 12 is his favorite.
That is Pikachu hat.
You do realize this was your last shot.
I know.
We were fucking cutting you loose.
Your
I
only
know.
shot.
We were going to cut your ass loose. We were going to have Jones Beach on and have you call in.
Manny, you hit the Jones Inlet on an incoming tide.
Wow.
Of course, I came with you guys. But I actually I suggested it. I was like, hey, am I going to be alone or should we have Jones Beach on?
There was listen.
You did
When he asked
suggest
us, of
Yeah.
course, this is awesome. We love it.
A lot of fun. Really appreciate it. Everyone check out Jones Beach Brew and, of course, Lithology right there in the heart of Farmingdale. Go right on in there and just ask for a flight. Get everything. Try it all out, and you will
I
not
brought
be...
so much more beer. We didn't even
211
get
Main
to choose,
Street.
but-
I know. Well,
It's
We're
not
doing
just
that
IPAs.
Off air. We're doing
Manny,
it off air.
Manny,
you have a lot of beers in here under all this
Going
ice.
with these guys.
We're doing it
going
off
home
air,
with
Manny.
it.
We're doing it off
I
air.
gotta get home.
We're going to be here for a while. So this is the World Mike, Pete, and Steve, GubsRadio.com. Thanks a lot for checking us out. The show will be in podcast form on all of our platforms. Of course, on iTunes, on Spotify, on Amazon, on iHeart, and of course, always on the Hopped Up Network. We don't have a show now until a replay of the Burgerology Patchogue Fest, May 15th. We will post some more stuff about that on our Instagram. And then, of course, we will have the replay of that live show in Patchogue on the 16th. I believe that's a Monday. And then we are off Memorial Day. We are in AC on June 4th and 5th. We will have the replay on June 6th. And then we are back in studio with some guests come end of June. So check us out and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And, of course, always on the YouTube channel where we have all our podcasts in video form as well. Gov's Comedy Club Radio Podcast for the live stream. And, we're going to do a lot of good stuff here in the summer. We're going to have some live shows. We're going to have some fun stuff. So come out and join us. Hang out and say hello. And, of course, good congratulations to whomever wins the AC Beerfest tickets when we spin the wheel after the show.
Baby, you're going to be so happy.
And, check us out and follow us along on Instagram and check out these guys that we had in studio tonight. Steven, something to say before we get on out of here?
Make sure you spay or neuter your pets and also your slutty sister.
That's right. This is the World of Mike, Pete, and Steve, GubsRadio.com, and we out.
Wow.
I watched the Price is Right documentary yesterday with my wife.
What the fuck? Honestly, how can you talk about beer for 3 hours?
It's beer. There's so many elements in it.
Where's mine? It's been 3 hours and I don't even get a single beer.
You don't get shit.
This is the Wort on Govs Radio. I hope you're drunk enough.